All right, y'all. What's up, everybody? I'm just setting this up. This might be cut short because Mr. Research might start another hangout. Damn, Andrew, you doing a live stream? Damn, dude, a lot of dudes doing live streams. Hold on a second. I'm literally like watching other live streams while I'm doing this. But anyway, what's up, everybody? Go ahead, fill in here a little bit. Um, somebody hit up Mr. Research and hit up Super Triz. They'll find me eventually. But yeah, man, that's why niggas can't hide nothing, man. That shit was funny to me, man. I'm like, okay. Now let's see who's in here. All right, what's up, man? All three of y'all watching me, man. Y'all loyal folks. Um, anyway, I'm gonna have this up for about 30 minutes or so. See what like I told y'all, man, I promise I'd start doing more content. Talking more of that shit. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, let me know if Mr. Research is back on. All right, so this is why niggas can't hide nothing, man. This is why niggas can't hide nothing, man. What those dudes did over there with Mr. Research's stream, this is why you don't put the link in the damn description. Because you got it is funny because shout out to Dr. Love. Shout out, I always love when different dudes are engaging, you know, but you want to know what some real bitch assery is. uh, I mean, Jesse, it wasn't wild. This is what you got to understand. When we're having black male conversations, you have to orient that very differently than if you're talking about abroad. That's why I always like to establish is, we talk about black people, because here's the thing: you don't see black dudes doing that shit. Even dudes that would be considered corny. You don't see black dudes doing that. I'm not talking about average corny. I'm talking about like really all they do play video game and stream corny. And I know because I deal with folks that they stream on the gaming side of the game that's black. I'm not saying all white dudes do that, but you got these really incel type white dudes where they think that shit is funny. And it's not, and white could be classified as this. That's why I made that comment at the end. And that's why I don't even get mad at dudes for doing that. Like that's what the eject button is for. That's why typically you can't even trust putting the link out there like that. Which I'm not blaming Mr. Research. I'm just saying shit happens because I've wanted to be lazy and just put the damn link in there. And this is why when people say you got to email me, this is why, because you cannot trust nobody. You got dudes that troll YouTube and they get their kicks off of it. They say, ooh, because think about it, those dudes are white doing that. I knew it was coming as soon as they did it. Oh, it's a bunch of niggers and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, you would really say that to a black person's face. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, that shit's funny. Anyway, I got this up until it is. And really, man, you don't even really got a lot of black dudes that are really incel like that. Because black men are fuck anything. So we'll just go. Well, when I say anything, I'm talking about female wise. They're fucking fat. They say, look, incel for us is fucking a fat bitch. That's what incel for us is. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to a topic. Definitely put this is an open hangout, so definitely put some questions out there. If you want to join a hangout, feel free to do it. I'm gonna talk about quite a few different things. Right now, I'll jump on politics real quick, and I'm not gonna. This ain't gonna be preachy. So if you're conservative, liberal, whatever, but I'm just gonna tell you what I think the wind is blowing. I haven't voted yet, but I'm gonna vote early. Yes, you should fucking vote. You should definitely vote local. You should care more about local politics than national politics. So I'm gonna take this time to start. Um, that's Dr. Love. Okay, that's Dr. Love. Hey man, I have no problem you know You here because I blew up the channel. I just want to be clear. Are you saying that I'm the one that brought those people in here? Is that what you're saying? I just want to be clear on that. Oh, okay. No, I didn't know because I don't know you like that. So I'm like, I didn't know if you was accusing me of something, man. Because that's some treacherous shit. Yes, I am very serious. I am very serious. I have an electric stick. Well, I won't say all that, but you know what they say when they say somebody, I literally wake up on the wrong side of the bed every day. Every side of the bed I wake up on is the wrong side of the bed. Uh so that's how I've always been that way. Um, I'm literally why so serious. But at the same time, I've always been the guy that people go to in order to when shit is starting to get hot. I'm the nigga to go to pretty much dodge those bullets too. So everybody, you gotta have one person like that in the crew. Cause guess what? People like me is what allow other dudes to do what the fuck they do without worrying about shit. I'm that dude off a few good men. I'm Bishop, the dude that said, I watched that wall and I don't give a damn how you feel about it. I wish you would just nice day. You damn right I did that code red on that motherfucker. That's me. I watched the wall. Somebody's got to do it. So better people volunteer. Okay. No, anyway, seriously, man. I mean, here's my thing. Like, I have no problem bringing you on. Look, I'll email you a link. Jesse, you know how it is. Edward Anderson at Gmail. You come on, Mr. Research. No, I'm not the most serious. I mean, listen to Jason Black. Listen to like I can email you more than 10 people that's more serious than my ass is. I can email you Professor Black Truth, Jason Black. There's quite a few people I can email you that's more serious than me. I just like to operate within logic. But as far as the stuff that talk about when it comes to love, here's my thing, and I'm actually gonna flip this script. It's funny how we keep on framing this argument like corny dudes are Pookie and Ray Rays. First of all, like you don't strike me as a Pookie and Ray Ray. That's the first thing. You strike me more in line with like Alan Roger Curry. You got your what they call Lucky Charm dudes or pretty boys, which is not a derogatory term. I just think Lucky Charm is very funny because they're talking about genetics and stuff. Oh, by the way, um, um, Dr. Love, one of the things that's very funny is I'm not trying to say what skin tone you are, but you struck me as somebody closer to my skin tone being light skinned. And it's funny because apparently light skinned dudes, I didn't get the memo, but light skinned dudes don't get pussy. Apparently being light skinned is equivalent to being soft and lame off gay. So I'm curious as to what your thoughts is on that, because you talk to a lot of dudes, a lot of the very corny dudes that came up with the term educated lame, and they talking about how black women don't choose dudes just because they light skin. That's something I would love to talk to you about. But anyway, just to flip the script real quick, what's funny is, and again, I don't give a damn what the women do. My point is when you got women out here constantly throwing black men's name under the bus for decades on the mic on mainstream media, and they haven't even gotten a fucking clue that the only time they're given a microphone when it's time to throw a black man under the bus. Other than that, they don't give a fuck about what they're talking about. And they sit here and say, the black man left me, the black man abandoned me, the black man doesn't take care of their kids. I got a question for you, Dr. Love. You really think they're talking about the lame ass niggas they not fucking? Or do you think they talking about dudes like you, Dynast, Alan Roger Curry? When they talk about, oh, black men are arrogant, black men don't know how to settle down, black men are too immature, black men are just big dicks and swag. They're talking about the dudes that left them, the dudes that basically they tried to trap with a child and it didn't work. And what I was saying, the flip side of that is, and you might catch this out. Like I said, email me if y'all want to join. Y'all got the email. Here's the funny thing about that. These same women that want to get mad and get angry because they lost the game are no different. And I'm not even talking about the women that got jobs or careers. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the women that actually look good and can get quality like dick with dudes or resources on command. That's what I'm doing. Maybe it's the degree of what the resources are, but they're not dealing with broke dudes. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's funny how people say, well, women want this, women want that. But in the black community, our women, for the most part, even the women that look good, for the most part, don't think they got to compete for that. Think about it. Let's say you got to do like you sip your wine or whatever you were sipping, and you got the social get, you got the fucking juice. You got the juice. Do you really fucking believe that even though you can get a 9 or a 10, why is it that 9 or 10 believes that like you got lucky getting her and that you can't get 9s or 10s like it ain't shit? Now here's the thing. They see, I forget what the word for it that's called when women validate a man, because you walk in a room and the women see other women are looking, so that amplifies a dude's value because they got the juice. Why is it in their head that they still believe when they catch feelings that their vagina is special vagina? At that point, your vagina is nothing more like bottled fucking water in the goddamn grocery store. At best, you're Dasani. At worst, you're Deer Park. Nobody picks Deer Park. Either way, it's still fucking water once you drink it long enough. So what happens is you got a lot of these bitter chicks that want to talk all this shit they're talking about. They're talking about dudes that they were sexually attracted to, because women don't see dudes outside of their focus of sexual attraction. So all the lames and the boring guys that they're talking about that, they say ain't no good men out there, but it turns out they're boring as fuck. They're not in their peripheral. So when they're throwing dudes under the bus, they're throwing the dudes under the bus of the dick that they couldn't get because they don't understand that good dick and good swag can get a lot of women. So that's the flip side. That's what I meant about understanding the difference between lust and love. These women are catching feelings and falling in love. And you said love was organic. Yes, it is. But that goes in line with that like what you like shit. The reality is, situation is, women today confuse love and lust, just like how women today don't understand the difference between femininity and over-sexualization. I'm talking about black women. They don't really know what real love is. This is why 80% of your divorces are activated by women. Like, we try to, the issue we have in the black community is we have this belief that the woman is a measurement of who you are as a man. Like, that the woman has this impervious compass that will always point north. Well, if that shit is so true, why the fuck are they dying alone? Why the fuck are they bitching? Why the fuck can't they shut the fuck up? Why the fuck are they winding up with dudes that don't want to commit to them? Why the fuck are they out here going gay and 1 second they're gay and the next second they're cheating on their lesbian woman that's like a lesbian for real with dick on some Brittany Griner, Gloria Hope shit? If their North Star always points north, that's a fallacy. Last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna bring people on here. If you can't get black women, that may not have nothing to do with the fact that you're corny, because there's degrees of corniness, there's degrees of lameness, there's degrees to that shit. We always act like people are like black men. Black men in general are not socially awkward. If you compare us to the average like man in the United States of America, so our like standard of socially awkward is something completely different than like we have a much more higher standard for that. This is why you can take a dude like Lawrence and Insecure, and then one woman don't want him, and people like he lame, he this, he that. No, he's not. Like we got to really start having true balances for that. Now, if we want to have an idea about, I don't know, but my point is, that's what I was arguing. I'm not saying you don't need to have your own confidence and have all that. But I'm not saying that women need to deal with what they need to deal with. Women have the right to choose what they want to choose. But just like it's a free country, just like you can pick whatever stock you want to pick. Don't bitch at me if you pick stocks that turn. Don't bitch at me if you pick a Blockbuster. That's what I'm saying. Don't bitch at me if you pick a Blockbuster and another woman picked the Netflix and they thought Netflix wouldn't go do shit because they thought Redbox was going to push Netflix out, and then Netflix became what Netflix is. That's the problem. Bitches are out here picking Blockbusters and picking shiny stocks And then when them stocks long term plummet, they want to sit there and blame everybody, but they on fucking, you know, I call it their vaginal positioning system. Their vaginal positioning system drove them off a cliff like that damn, what's that two white woman clip where they killed themselves and they try to glorify that shit. Anyway, let me check the email. This nigga got mad as fuck. No, I'm talking Super Trips right now. I was like, man, that shit don't even surprise me. All white dudes ain't like that. I know some really cool ass white dudes, but at the same time, you know, that passive aggressive shit. Anyway, let me check this stuff, see who wants to pop up. Oh, my bad. You know how I am, dude. I run my mouth off. You know, I be talking 30 minutes. This nigga, like, I know he see me. Don't let me start talking about buying sex. I'm sure Dr. Love will start talking shit about that. I won't even bring that up because I don't feel like having that fight today. Not today. I would love to have a hangout with Dr. Love, Jap. I call it, like, oh, so light skinned men can't get pussy, part 1. Yeah, I actually got a video in the chamber with Sarge, really going in on Sarge talking that shit. But I respect Sarge. Sometimes you have no idea. What's up, Super Triz?
Yo, man, let me tell you something, man. I know you don't normally see me like that, man. I was fucking heated. I apologize to everybody, but man, I can't stand these goofy.
Hey, man, I understand these lame ass motherfuckers, as Dr. Love was talking about.
But also, so basically, what I'm saying now is that from now on, I've been seeing these trolls pop up on other people's hangouts and chats and stuff too. I was talking to a guy named
I don't know. I got a whole bunch of random motherfuckers telling me to email them. I don't know if I trust all these motherfuckers.
Be serious on them, Ed.
Do you know Infamous Underdog and Real Deal? I ain't seen y'all around these parts, man.
Jesse Ville is in there. We know.
Yeah, Jesse's cool. I mean, I know Jesse, but yeah, because y'all ain't gonna do that shit to me. Mr. Research is trusting. He believes in people. I know all y'all motherfuckers ain't shit.
Angel Muniz, I've seen him before many times.
Yeah, I know Angel.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't know the other people in the
I'll let some of y'all on, but I want to give people a chance to talk. So anyway, no, and I ain't trying to hijack Mr. Research stuff. I got mad respect for Mr. Research. I talk to him all. Well, I used to talk to him a lot more offline. I still talk to him every once in a while. He's doing. When dudes are doing things, they gotta do things. It's like you meet up when you meet up. But yeah, I just wanted to keep it going. Let them white folks know you ain't stopping this shit, motherfucker. Shit. Fucking white Hispanics that want to be.
I mean, when I ain't gonna lie, man. When I saw their damn names, I was like, oh shit.
Look. Dr. Like, man, he's like, fuck this. I'm not even engaging with that shit. Hey, I respect it, man. Me, I was about to try to eject him, but whatever. So anyway, to continue a conversation, because I got my little long wind thing out. Okay, I want to ask you this question. Rather than doing a back and forth, where do you think this is for you, Dr. Love, where do you think black men as a group, like the dudes that ain't getting pussy, like on Fleek? Because you got two groups. You got dudes where it's like the pussy just laying there to be picked up, and then you got dudes it's like they in the, I wouldn't say the Sahara Desert. We'll call it Las Vegas, where it's mostly a desert with a couple cities. Maybe they'll find a Reno or Lake Tahoe somewhere sometimes. So they get lucky. But for most part, it's a fucking desert. Where would you think on the social skill route that they're lacking the most?
Good question. Good question, Edward, my man. I love terrorizing you, Edward. Please don't take it personal, my dude.
No, you ain't seen me take stuff personal. Like you go to BGS and stuff archives, and then you'll see like, well, I don't take it personal there, but me, I just wanted to be clear. It wasn't I was about to get mad or anything. I know how it was. People say that it's the like they got a gun in the chamber. No, I was just want to be clear because I was about to start getting on my Johnny Cochran. Like,
All right. No, so where cats lacking the most? Number one, cats, don't forget people are attracted to shiny things. So whatever you look at, if you short, you tall, you skinny, you fat, whatever, just try to look your best. What is looking your best? Looking clean. Don't forget whoever you're approaching or you're trying to approach, you want to be inviting. Mean you want to have your teeth brushed, your teeth nice. You want to have a haircut. If you can't afford a haircut, like my hair grows real fast. I cut my hair every 3 days. I give myself a shape up, a shave. Tomorrow I shape up and shave myself because this is only 3 days. Okay, so they're lacking on that level. One thing they're lacking on is attractiveness. Also, arrogance. What do I mean by arrogance? They don't like what's working. When I tell a guy, yo, man, ladies go to the mall. They know what's in style. You have on clothes that haven't been in the mall in 20 years. It's not a go. You understand? Especially when you get old, because you'll have an older lady. She might be 40 years old. She got a daughter, son, 20 years old. She know what's in style clothes wise. She listen to Cardi B. You know, guys go against the grain too much. Most of the guys I see losing, they just go completely against the grain. I'm not saying you gotta dye your hair and dress like you 12, but find out what's new and incorporate it into your lifestyle. So that's where most of these guys are lacking. Plus, they have a negative attitude about a lot of things. You know, if you have a negative attitude, it comes out your pores. People could pick up on it. You dig? So
okay, what do you think about the theory that a big problem with a lot of dudes is they don't know how to get the fuck out of the 12 blocks that they were born into and they don't know how to go into a different city or something? Do you buy into the theory that some dudes, let's say these dudes are not like complete like lames, do you buy into the theory that the same game can have better results depending on what city you're in and what type of woman you're dealing with when it comes to regionally? I'm talking about just in the United States. I'm not even talking about traveling.
well, it has a lot to do with if you're in a city and there's no people, you have less of a chance. Meaning that if you're like in a suburban place, most of the time you're in a suburban place, those people they don't see a lot of people, so they don't dress as nice, look as nice, and they don't feel that they're attractive and they're not as welcoming. Whereas if you go into a city, you have a lot of people, they see other people, a lady might see a pocketbook that's nice, a hairstyle that's nice, they're trying to look nice, they're more inviting. So yeah, I do agree with you. If you're stuck in one of these little no-name cities, you ain't got to be in New York City, but if you're stuck in a little no-name city, it will be harder for you to get a woman. And that's for anybody. You know, you throw me out there, anybody, when I'm around people that aren't as social, it is harder.
Okay. What do you think? I got a question for you. What do you think is the which, and this is not me throwing sisters under the bus, but when for a black man, which city do you think has the most difficult black women to snag? I think it's Philly, personally, but and just to be clear, when I say that, I think Philly has a lot of very beautiful dark skin, beautiful women. So I'm not clowning them, but I'm saying where you got to have your like masculinity on point, and like I think it's Philly, but maybe that's just me.
Well, Ed, there is no difficult. First off, let me tell you something. If you're a black man or you're would I say, okay, if you're a black man or a white woman, white men generally like white women, right? So if you're a white woman, you shouldn't really have a problem getting a white man because they really like, you understand? Now, if you're a black man, you really shouldn't have that hard of a time getting a black woman because most black women only like black men. You understand? So do I feel that any city is difficult to get a woman? No, I don't, because if I sit down with that person, a one-to-one with that person, I will find out how they're being stubborn. Okay. Once people put all that stubborn stuff behind them, they have no problem getting women. So if you're having a problem, think about it. If you're having a problem getting women, which is a lot of women, it must be something wrong with you. You understand? If you got a problem getting one woman, this one lady you got a crush on, or you went somewhere and you think this lady, one lady, okay, it might be her, whatever. But if you got a problem getting a lot of women, that means you not rolling right. You understand? And
I tend to say this is what I will tend to say first. If there's a difference, in my opinion, no matter what race, if you're not getting like a certain group of women, okay, you're not oriented to. If you really want those women, to a certain extent, you're gonna have to orient yourself to what it's gonna take to get those women. I do agree with that. I'm not saying you need to compromise who you are, but it's just like catching, certain things in the jungle. You're gonna have to, do what you need to do to get that kind of prey. But I separate when dudes say this conventional wisdom in the black community that if you can't get a black woman, that's because you're lame. Now, if you can't get like American women in general, yes, there's probably something that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of race. But if you're one of these dudes where it seems like you don't have problems getting non-black women, but it's just black women you have a problem with, I'm not saying the issue is necessarily black women. I won't say that now. What I'm going to say is it's that you may not be culturally aligned with what the average black woman is taught to want. That's not your fault, but that's not her fault either. So the question you're going to have is, do you need to make those, and I'm not talking about you need to make broad changes, but you need to make the changes necessary to get, whatever type of woman you want to get. I think these things are not thought about. But one thing I'm going to ask you too is this. One of the biggest issues I personally think that a lot of men have is, and you kind of reference this, is I think a lot of these dudes that talk the most shit about like not getting women, I don't think they have. I asked them how many times have they gone to bat, like swung at the bat. I think they're completely lying about how many times they've actually approached and been rejected. Mm-hmm. I actually think that's like the biggest thing. I think at the end of the day, you have to have, one thing I love about Alan Roger Curry is because if you don't have a good relationship with like rejection, you don't have the confidence to overcome that, then that's going to stop you from stepping up at bat. And then you're going to have this like cycle in your head where you're playing in your head that it's the women's fault because they're not giving you obvious choosing signals, when in reality, you're kind of striking yourself out before you even start. What do you think about that?
Okay, the first thing that you said was,
I know I said a lot.
I know. The first thing that you said was about, hold on one second, I got it. The first thing that you said was about you modifying yourself to be with certain type of women, meaning that, let's say, I'm just using this as hypotheticals. You're a black man and you find that you can get Hispanic women or white women, or I got a pen and paper now. So next time, Ed, where you start talking with
I'll be better about it.
Yeah, no, I can put in paper. So next time you start talking, I could just write down the questions. So I got at least the first question. Now, the thing that you said about should men modify their behavior, I don't care what color woman you're dealing with. You understand? And it just might be happenstance that you're just getting Spanish women or white women or whatever. If you're ugly and you make people feel good, they want to be around you, man. Even if you break it down on a science level, when you make people laugh, when you make people smile, they release happy chemicals in their body, similar to them being high on heroin. You understand? So whether you're around a black woman, white woman, whatever, if you can make them smile and feel good, they'll want to be around you. Nobody's going to look at it and be like, oh man, that guy makes me feel good, I don't want to be around them. Okay. Now, another thing is some men feel more comfortable around different races because they have these like preconceived notions about people, like, oh man, I'm around a black lady, I'm not masculine enough. They don't want killers. They just want a man. Huh?
wait.
No, I was joking, kidding, not kidding.
No. But it's not that they want straight up killers. The thing is that a lot of guys, man, they just not comfortable. When you're not comfortable, it shows, man. You understand? So if you're around a woman, you feel like, oh man, I can't get white women. Then you go around white women, you looking crazy because you're not comfortable. So the first thing you need to do is be positive. You understand? I tell everybody that you could get any color woman in any city, anywhere. Not every woman. I'll tell guys on average, you talk to, after I dress you up, have you smelling good, have you walking right. Yo, some dudes, they look okay and stuff, but they walk crazy. This is, y'all just don't know. Anyway, after I dress you up, have you walking right, and do everything, I tell a lot of guys, man, work on being positive and making people feel good. You understand? And that way you're going to be positive and you're going to look right around everyone. So I don't imagine that black men, there's any, and you also said something about light-skinned dudes, so I forgot what you said, like they don't get
Oh
no.
yeah, that was me talking shit, because this is the conventional wisdom. A lot of these dudes that, you know, buy into, they're not really talking about colorism, but when they're addressing colorism, they like to act like the light-skinned guy is equivalent to the dark-skinned girl in the matter of colorism in the black community. Because they try to say light-skinned women don't like if you're a light-skinned dude, you ain't getting light-skinned women about it. It's bullshit. But
I'm saying
you hear that out there.
I'm a light-skinned dude. I'm in Jersey. Anybody in the tri-state, I don't care what you look like. You want to go out and compete with me, getting numbers, I'll eat you up. And I got dark-skinned dudes on my team. My man, you know, Black Weapons, he's a dark-skinned brother and he'll eat you up. So that color thing doesn't matter. Height thing doesn't matter, because the guy I'm talking, I'm not tall. I'm 5'10". And I got friends short. I got a dude that's like 5'2", 5'3", and I'll put him up against a 6'4" dude. You understand? It's because my dude, that's a small guy, he's gonna make the ladies feel good, and he gonna come out killing them. The clothes is gonna be crazy. He gonna make them feel good. So all these preconceived notions that men have about them, about women, is actually a reflection of them. If you're not getting women, you're doing something wrong. You understand? You're doing something wrong. And people say this: do you need to modify their behavior? I'll tell you this much. I like to dance to Spanish music. I live in a place that's predominantly Dominican. I like to dance to, you know, for y'all that go to Dominican Republic, y'all already know what it is. But I like to dance to Spanish music. So I might take a dance lesson. You understand? It's the same thing with a guy getting some life coaching about women. If you like women, you need to get that life coaching. All you're doing is sharpening your tool. There's nothing wrong with sharpening your tool. So go ahead, Edward. You got some more?
I will say this. You know, YouTube has like videos where you could do a video and charge like $2, $1, $3 or something like that to like as a pay gate. That walk thing, that's something that's never talked about. Nobody. Two things. I remember in Player Supreme, you know, rest in peace, because this is like long time ago. He had that dance. He had this dance product where he would teach you how to dance. And it wasn't like teach you dance moves. It was like really teaching you how to hear music and like hear the beat and stuff like that to really be able to dance. And a lot of white dudes bought that, by the way, but it's a lot of black dudes that can't do that. And they really don't like to go to clubs, not because they're intimidated by the women, but they're intimidated that they cannot perform, and AKA not knowing how to dance. But the walk thing is another one that never gets talked about, because it's always assumed that every black man has natural swag juice on 9000, and you're the first person I've heard ever mention like actually a skill in walking.
For 1 second, Edward. Can I pause you? You know why you heard that from me? You know why you heard that from me the first time? Because I really show guys how to get women. I'm not a guy that started getting women yesterday. You understand? I have a whole family. My family used to hustle back in the day. They used to dress fly, pull women since I was a child. We've been doing this. You understand? Since I was a child, the men in my family have showed me the importance of being friendly to women, not just to sleep with, but just to have good relationships. When I was a little kid, my dad used to take me to the projects with my cousins. My cousins be out there hustling. My dad be like, yo, watch my son. And they would leave me with females. You understand? That's how deep it is. Just telling you guys that, yo, man, this is a trait, not only to sleep with women, but you got to learn how to do this to get women to be your friend, to get men your friend. Yo, I go to bakeries, I get free stuff just because I'm a nice person and I make people feel well. You understand? It's deeper than just sex. It's deeper than just having a woman. I'm telling you stuff that's going to make your life better, man. And that walk thing, it's important. A lot of guys don't talk about, because a lot of these guys on here, I'm not saying they super fake, but they either don't have no swag and they don't know about the game. They just on here talking, and they didn't never really help guys get women. You understand? But go ahead, Ed. Drop the bomb.
No, absolutely. Because I mean, right now, this is some solo TV 84 shit right here. Because but I'm always into when it comes to
shout out to Solo too, man. I like all. Listen. Let me get this straight. Even y'all that I talk junk to, whether I like all y'all, man. I just like to hear people speaking and building, man. Whether you right, wrong, I agree with you. I love all these cats on the tube, man. It's kind of fresh, man.
Yeah, it is. I think it's something that can, if people really put money behind it, some organization behind it, I actually think this could do some really good things. If you understand the history of like white talk radio, and before there was Fox, people don't know Roger. I think his name, Roger Ailes, because he died like this year. Mm-hmm. People don't know that Roger Ailes used to be one of the main communications people under Nixon. That's how long in the game he was, and a lot of the talk radio stuff was what he did early on with investors and stuff until he got in touch with Rupert Murdoch, who's an Australian that had the idea to do Fox News.
Could I stop you 1 second? When I was young, I was a 5%, and we used to say something, show and prove. Okay. So I want you to show us and prove to us. Why don't you start having this on your channel? You got these emails right here from us four. Let's make a day of the week and we start building.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got some stuff I'm working on in the background.
It's easy. Listen,
I'm dead serious. Like, I'll let you know. Like, you'd be surprised seriously, you'd be surprised. A lot of the stuff is being set. That's why you see me putting out a little bit more content, because a lot of stuff is laying the groundwork to get.
Are you going to invite Dr. Love, Ed?
Huh?
Are you going to invite me?
Yeah, of course. Because here's the thing. In fact, there's another. But here's the thing. Like, there's always been this fight, and people have been on different sides of it. Where you got dudes, it's like, okay, we hear what you're saying. At this point, you need to shut the fuck up and then do what you need to do in order to put yourself in a position where you can win, and stop talking about the fact that you're losing. Kind of like in this repetitive, we're losing at halftime. Okay, it's time to play the game and win. You got people like Alan Roger Curtis on that side. Then you got Obsidian that's on the other side. And the reality is the Manosphere has slowly kind of reorganized itself to where you still got like what Obsidian is talking about, but you're having people that really want more solutions. So rather than talking about,
you've already asked me a couple of questions. I told you about the swag, the walk, whatever. Ask some more questions that these guys may have on their mind. Let's build right now. Let's start helping them out now.
Okay, so one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to most black men, I'm just gonna say it, don't really know how to dress on the average.
Okay.
Like the reality, and when I say don't know how to dress, what I'm talking about is if you ask the average black man, have they ever had their clothes tailored or stuff like that? Really understanding how to put clothes that represent them best selves, like to the point where they could go to a now I don't want to say a flea market, but a thrift store, and they understand like brands, cloths, and stuff like that. So they could put that together because they've been to Macy's and stuff. Like when you go to bigger cities where that stuff is going to be more rotated because clothes are cheaper and stuff like that, they don't have that as a skill set. They just think if you buy the brands. Can I ask you a question real quick related to that? Yeah. I just want to say this, and I'll let you ask you a question. They pretty much just buy what they think the hoes want as far as the brands and put it on, and then think that's going to be enough. So the shit's falling off their ass or whatever. Some women like that, but depending on what type of women you're going after. So anyway, what's the question you want to ask?
So this is an observation I had, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion on it. What do y'all think about the difference in perception between black men and white men when it comes to dress? Because I noticed that I've noticed occurrences where black women would they would not deal with a brother that couldn't dress, but then they'll go right to a white dude that has some damn $5 Walmart cargo shorts and a $10 Walmart polo and deal with that same white dude. So what's y'all two cents on that?
Can I address that, Edward?
Yeah.
Let me just
Super Dread's been quiet, so you can definitely address that.
I will say that I believe that just the perception of
Trizzy,
society.
talk up a little louder. I want to hear what you're saying. Just talk up a little louder, baby.
Okay, I'm on my phone, so pardon me. I was saying that as far as white men are concerned, white men, the perception of white men worldwide is distinctly different from that of black men.
Yeah.
You know, they have access to media, they control media, so the depictions of them are usually in a positive light. So they've already kind of been vetted by society. Whereas black men, there's a stigma associated with us, and that resonates worldwide. You go to other countries, there's a negative stigma associated with just being dark, let alone being a dark black male. So or black male in period. So that's the reason why, as a black male, you're held to a higher standard, because people don't automatically assume that you have means or you're a professional man. Whereas a white male, they automatically assume that he has means or he comes from a wealthy family. That's the reason why he dresses like that, because he doesn't really care. He comes from affluence and wealth. Whereas we're dressing bummy because we don't got no money.
Yeah. Another thing I'm gonna say, just to address that part too, is because I want to give you a black version of that. When you look at like a lot of black fraternities like Q Dogs or Kappas or whatever, within the community, you see how the women respond to the perception of the group. Even if it's one dude, if they can validate that dude's like a Kappa or whatever, I don't know fraternities like that. Y'all, some of y'all been schooled no more than I do, but you know what I'm talking about. They'll be like, oh, he's a Kappa, oh, he's a Q Dog. Like, it don't matter. I'm not saying the dude can look shitty, but that dude gets those bonus points off gate if she believes that he's in that group. So it's the same thing with a lot of other groups too. You see this even within the community. So one thing the dudes have to understand is not so much that perception matters, and that's what white people have the advantage on. They have, and other races have certain perceptions, for better or for worse, that they can take advantage within their own group and in the greater group as well. Like when you see a lot of even Middle Eastern people, if they got money, a lot of times you assume they got like mega money if you see that they got money. But like, you don't even know how deep, how long it is. So it can go both ways. But you have to understand that if you're not a part of a niche group, then you're going to be judged by the default group unless you take yourself out of that group. And that just is what it is. It's not fair, but it is what it is. But anyway,
okay, can I jump
wait, but Dr. Love, before you get started, can you be sure to drop your information in the chat, because there's some individuals in here that are they're saying, hey, I need help with this, I need help with that. So maybe you can kind of put your information so they can kind of link up with you.
Okay, well, listen to me on this.
I'll put it in the description of this video, but go ahead.
Well, oh, okay. Well, can you guys? I'm on my phone. It doesn't give me that ability, but I could tell you guys right now, and then
tell me, and I'll type it. And I'll type it in. I'll type it in. Just tell it to me.
Okay, and Edward, are you gonna have this video up so I could just leave a comment and leave my info?
Yeah, it'll stay up. And you leave a comment. Leave a comment, and I'll pin it.
Okay, so my email is I have this thing called People Going Towards a Love. So it's gonna be PGTTL, and then my name is Marion B, MARIONB @gmail.com.
All right, and first thing I want to say, I'm not gonna put y'all out there in the chat, but I got a lot of it takes a lot of people. It takes a big dude to kind of admit, like, this is where I need to improve. So I'll give y'all a lot of credit, because most dudes will be kind of, I don't want to call them, I'm not gonna call them any names or bitch or anything, but most dudes a lot of dudes ain't got the balls to, like, on a public forum say, look, I need help, I need to improve this or that or this or that. So kudos to y'all. That's what I want to say. So kudos to y'all. So yeah, I'll definitely make sure y'all have that on the video. And I know I always say I'll put shit in the description, and I don't, but this I will put it in there. So yeah, and then like I said, if you comment on it with your information, I'll pin it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man. And I appreciate the love. And we're here to build, man. Forget all that, like, trying to be prideful and stuff. If somebody don't know something, I don't care if it's the bedroom. You talking about you got a little weenie. I done talk to everybody about everything. You understand? Because you can either keep the problem or get the solution. That's how I'm gonna see it. So can I answer the questions you guys talked about? Okay. Now you guys were talking about like groups. You're correct. Okay, you're correct. No one is going to make a complex assessment, meaning that if I walk past a white homeless man laying on the ground, I'm not going to assume he's a doctor. Okay. And if I'm in an operating room and the guy walks in with a white coat, I'm going to assume he's a doctor, all right? So keep that in your head, all right? Nobody makes complex assessments, meaning that if you a brother, whether you white, when I say a brother, I call an Indian dude a brother, white dude or whatever. If you family with me, you a brother. So if you a brother and I'm talking to you and you looking dusty, nobody's going to make a complex assessment. Nobody's going to say, oh, that dusty looking person, oh, they're not really dusty, they're wealthy. So whether you're a dusty white man, nobody's going to think you're wealthy unless you're crazy. You understand? And you're dusty black guy. So all that stuff about assumptions about dress, throw that stuff out the window. Also, do you want a person to want you because of money? No. Okay, guys, stop it with the money crap. Okay. All right. You hear me? The money stuff does not matter. All right. I know dudes that work in Walmart that have prettier, nicer, better treating you girlfriends than guys with freaking Benzes. All right. So the money stuff doesn't matter. What matters is what type of person you are. All right. If you a fly person, people want to be with you. So that talked about the group. Also, use your group. Use your group. Like you said, if you are a white dude, a lot of people imagine that white people have money. So when you out, dress like you got money. It'll help you attract the person. If you're a black guy, a lot of people imagine black guys have big penises. So use your sex appeal. Use your confidence. If you're an Indian guy, they assume you're smart. Find out what people assume about you and use that. If you're a tall dude and they assume you could play basketball, and you in the room talking about the basketball game, guess who they going to listen to? The 6'5" dude over the 5'5" guy. You understand? So use this stuff to your advantage, man. Don't use it to your disadvantage, because guess what? You're a white guy, they might think you got money, but they might also think you got a small penis. You're a black guy, they might think you got a big penis, and they might think you don't have money. But just use all that stuff to your advantage, okay? And it's only one check mark. So that was the stuff about dressing, the white men dressing. Don't worry about how anybody else is dressed. Now, for all the guys I tell to dress, yo, man, it's 2018. There's a dress code, baby. All right? There's a dress code. You could go to H&M. I'm going to give you 3 stores. You go to H&M, Zara, or Forever 21. Go to their website, look through what's new and popping, and find some stuff that you like. Okay, all this you trying to do your own thing, tailor clothes. That you want to see what I had on today, y'all? Hey,
Yeah.
did y'all want to see what I wore out today? Because I'm still dressed. Okay, I'll show you. I'll go over it. Let me go over by my shoes. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm dressed. I don't know. Can y'all see me? I got on. I'm gonna turn up my living room light so you can see. Hold on, I'll take out my shoes. I'll take one shoe. I got on a black H&M shirt. Okay. I got on some black jeans from H&M. They ripped. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I wore some shoes. Can you see my shoes?
Yeah.
Y'all see everything I wore?
Yeah, but those is Gucci shoes.
Yeah, they Gucci shoes. And we're going to talk about that. I'm glad. Who said they Gucci shoes?
The Super Triz. I got Gucci shoes. I know what Gucci shoes look like.
Okay, now let's talk about the Gucci shoes, Triz. You know why I showed you the Gucci? Well, that's what I wore today. But let's talk about the Gucci shoes.
But hold on. Before you say that, though, you know, not everybody can afford Gucci shoes.
That's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm getting to. Okay? Now, those are Gucci shoes. Those shoes, I don't know, they cost like $700-800. Now, everybody can't afford $700-800, but I see a lot of brothers with 4 and 5 pairs of Jordans. Yes?
All right, yeah, you got that.
Or like 3 Yeezys equal $900.
Okay, so instead of buying 5 pairs of Jordans, Jordans ain't really all that. Save your money and buy one pair of Gucci's, 1 pair of Maison Margielas, 1 pair of Saint Laurent's. That's what I do. Well, I don't. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I do too. I prefer Bally over Gucci, but that's just me. And
well, whatever it is. Well, you listen. Save your money, okay? You don't see. You got to understand what people are wearing. People are wearing Gucci shoes. They are wearing Balenciagas. They are wearing Maison Margielas. They are wearing Saint Laurent's. They're wearing all that stuff. So if you're not wearing that stuff, that's a point off. Now, if you don't have $800, instead of spending, it might take you a year to save up $800 for some shoes. You might have to save $3 a day, $20 a week for a year, but it's worth it because you have those shoes. You wear them only on Fridays and Saturdays. As soon as you come home, you clean them. You don't wear them to no clubs. Wear them to the Walmarts. Wear them to the Whole Foods because you wear your club outfit to these places. That's where you pick up. You don't go to a club competing with, guys that's 6'5" with green eyes and beautiful hair and flawless skin that look like models. You take your club outfit to the Walmart, to the Whole Foods, to the Barnes and Nobles. You get it?
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Okay, so that's the dress. Also, go to Forever 21. Like I said, Forever 21, Zara, H&M. This is what people are wearing. And you guys are lucky. The stuff is cheap. Yeah, I got on $800 shoes, but guess how much you think my pants cost?
Oh, $30.
Like $30, $40. My shirt, I think I got this shirt on sale, $18. You understand? So you buy those Gucci, and those Gucci shoes are from last year, even though you picked them up and you thought they're fresh. They're from over a year ago. You understand?
Yeah, no, absolutely. One of the things, like I would say too, is know your sizes. Like really know your sizes. Know, when I say sizes, I mean like how clothes fit you. Be able to eyeball that stuff because that gives you a really good ability to kind of know where you need to. When I say cut, like know where you need to put the money in and know where you need to save the money. If you understand, like it ain't even so much about brands, but how clothes look on you and how they fit you. Because I know a lot of people, real talk, that they will have the Gucci shoes they talking about, and then they'll be like, yeah, but a couple of my other clothes are from the fucking Goodwill. Or they'll be like, well, when I go to Atlanta, I go where the white people are, or go, where the big neighborhoods are, and the GCF in this, because this is where they know where the good clothes with the brands that they want are. And then, because white people just throwing fucking clothes away, or people just giving fucking clothes away.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
And they know, because they know how these clothes will fit them, and then they'll put the money into like the shoes, because the shoes, everybody always looks at the shoes. That's like the showcase piece.
All that you wearing like $800 shirts and stuff. That's nonsense. You made a good point. Like you said, that's a cheat code. That's what I call a cheat code. So Edward dropped the cheat code, y'all. The cheat code is if you don't have any money at all and you can't even save up $800 in a year, is go to a Goodwill. And since Edward dropped the cheat code, I gotta drop a cheat code on the shoe. Okay, the shoe cheat code is this. They have major sales around May and June. Okay, so around May and June, your Neiman Marcus, your Barney's, your Saks Fifth Avenue, they're going to have sales where those $800 shoes, how much they going to cost? $300. You understand? So if you don't have money or you're saving your money, wait till May or June and be looking for the sale. So that's a cheat code to top yours.
Let me piggyback off with a cheat code of my own.
Okay, go ahead.
All of the big brand high end stores, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and Barney's, they all have a discount version. So Saks Fifth is off Fifth Avenue, Saks Fifth.
Yes.
You have Neiman Marcus Last Call. You have Barney's Warehouse. I know because I go to these places. This is where I get a lot of my stuff from because I'm not paying full price. You can also look online, like for instance, Bally's. Bally's, instead of sending theirs to the discount store, they have clearance sales, and you'll find shoes half price off. Yeah, so I got Bally's that I got in my closet. I only paid $200 for, and they regularly $600. So you got to really kind of look at, and then also take every advantage that you possibly can to showcase yourself. So even when I go to the gym, I'm the flyest nigga in the gym, hands down. Like, and I don't spend a lot of money on my gym clothes. I get a little t-shirt from Target, but I wear Nike pants, name brand pants, some name brand shoes. But I wear like a little t-shirt from Target, like a little graphic tee, and I tie it all together real nice. So when I come to the gym, I'm the flyest nigga in the gym. So everywhere I go, I make sure that I actually put my best foot forward. And really, you don't need that many outfits. Like a lot of guys, they got a whole lot of clothes in their closet, but half of this shit is trash anyway. Just focus on 5 outfits that are actually very nice outfits. You get 5 like casual outfits and then get you some slacks and stuff like that. but you don't really have to have a whole lot of clothes. You
I
can kind
mean,
of mix and match if you got some high quality stuff.
Triz is yo, everything that Triz just said is heavy math. Everywhere you go, I'm just reiterating what you said. Everywhere you go, make sure you fly. Like I said, you go into the gym, you throw that fly stuff on. You go into the shopping place, you eat everywhere you go, you throw it on. You look your best all the time. That is the cheat code. You understand, fellas? But, oh, Triz, he just put himself on mute.
Okay. Another thing I would say too is Tanger outlet malls are a national chain as well. And Tanger outlet malls are the outlet malls that'll have like outlet Nikes and shit. I literally because I flip shit. So you literally can go like we have like one and we have another outlet mall. If you find the nearest outlet mall in your area, it's worth it. If it's like 50 or 60, you gotta understand it depends on if you're in like things are gonna be easier for you. If you're in like the top 15, I'd say 12 major cities in the United States, things are gonna be a little bit easier for you because you don't necessarily you'll have an outlet mall somewhere. It's just it's not talked about. And then you also can go to certain, like I said, Goodwills and flea markets. If you go to these Goodwills in like rich areas, like you'd be surprised, and you know what brands you're looking for. Like if you're looking for like Perry Ellis or whatever, you will find like really good stuff because these white folks don't give a fuck. They clothes, they throw them away. Because a lot of times, and I ain't just saying with white people, but you get what I'm saying. Because I'm sure you go to a area in Atlanta and Buckhead and shit, it's the same thing.
You're referring to white
I was gonna say real quick, man, a good staple for you to have. Is two suits. A black suit and a navy blue suit, and H&M and ASOS have really good
ASOS.
Yes, yeah, they have really good cheap suits, for lack of a better term. You know, it's very, very inexpensive, and they're pretty good for the price. So
yeah, I'm about to bring something up. But yeah, man, and here's the thing. It's not about necessarily, oh, I gotta have money to do that. The skill is in, really putting a thought into it. Because if you put the thought into it, you actually learn this stuff. You actually find what you need to do because hold on. To make shit work. Where is this shit? No, I'm bringing up my resale file.
Ed.
Yeah.
Yo, let me cut you off and just say something after everybody drop these beautiful gems. One thing I got to tell everybody here is there's two things I don't want you to be: an asshole, okay, or information hole. Now, an asshole is a person that asks questions and they don't do anything, and an information hole, they don't even ask the questions. They look up all this stuff, they don't do anything. We telling you all the gems. However, if you don't do what we're telling you to do, guess what? It doesn't matter, man.
That's true. Okay. And that's the biggest, taking action on, and it's better to find something and do really well at that than to just taking all this information, have this feel good moment and then don't do shit. Because at the end of the day, yeah, and and I'm gonna tell you, I had procrastination. I had that problem too, man. So for a long time.
Let me cut Ed off again because Ed keeps doing something, and I don't know if you guys are picking it up. Ed is telling you to go to these places. If you don't have money, don't forget what we talking about. You need to $800 if you don't have money. Don't do nothing illegal because you just corny if you're doing that. But what you do is go to the Goodwills, go to these outlet malls and flip them like Ed. Ed just ran right by what he said, but I'm reiterating what Ed said because that was deep. That's math. If you don't have money, go to the Goodwills, go to these outlet malls, and you sell them on eBay. You're like, oh man, I found a pair of girls Ugg size 10, but everybody knows they're only $30. Nah, man, they're $30 at the outlet that you're looking at. But like Edward knows, because he makes money off of that, you throw that on eBay, you could sell it for $60.
And by the way, you got eBay. eBay is really good, but you got OfferUp, which is good. You got Facebook Marketplace ain't really all that. You got Let Go.
Tell them what you use. I use
Let Go. You can never go wrong with Craigslist, but if you want something that has more pictures, do Let Go and Offer Up, man. You'd be surprised. Shoes, Let Go, stuff like Let Go is an app, so it's Let Go. It's actually one word, and then Offer Up. Those two, you combine that, and then you got your Craigslist, your eBay. But Offer Up and Let Go is something that's easy to go through your phone. Very bright, has a lot of pictures. Very easy to condense for prices. Is designed for you to go through it quick. Now, what I'm showing on this picture is when I went to the Tanger Outlet Mall. So as y'all can see, these are different locations. Tanger Outlet Mall is actually publicly traded corporation. So these are jackets. I forget where this was at, but if you zoom in on the prices, this is a $59 jacket. And then what happens is these jackets are like almost like 50% off or like 70% off. Like these biker jackets is like $300, $400. And I actually checked.
Yo, you trying to screen share right now?
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah, it's not coming up on the screen.
It's not coming up. I'm saying it doesn't have to come up. It doesn't have to come up because it's just one issue. I think the most important thing that Edward said.
Oh yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it. It's coming up. It's coming up now. Hold on.
But the most important thing that Edward said is, man, yo, you could get out there and get this bread. Like if you don't have a means, if you don't have a good job, if you can't get this money, you can flip the stuff. Whether it's a jacket, whether it's
sharing now. You
got it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm gonna get, cause I did a video about that, and then I need to reiterate that because there's people that flip iPhones, there's people that flip shoes, there's people that flip. Glennon Cameron talked about this shit too. So Hustlers Kung Fu talks about this. This is what I'm talking about. I went and I took pictures. White people look at me like crazy because I took pictures on this shit. So I'll post it and say this is what I got, and I'll go get it in my area. So people are like really lazy about that. So see how that said 250? And then it's like our price. And I went and checked these prices. They really be selling these for the retail price. So this was like the leather store. They got like 70 stores. So this is, I don't know why I screened those pictures. Yeah, see how I said $600 and an hour price? That's not bullshit. If I actually look at these prices for what they sell it outside of here, they sell these for the prices that they say. So these are like those biker jackets. You know how expensive that leather shit be if you get the main brand. See? So my point is, this is what I mean when I say like the outlet store. And then for y'all that like shoes, like they had
that's a gem. Even if it's not close by them, it's worthwhile for you to go on these sites, see what people are picking up, and if you could pick them up at these outlet stores, it's golden, man. Also, like I said about the clothes, man, you go to these sites, do not leave yourself in a bubble, because we're talking about dress still. Do not leave yourself in a bubble. I know you think what you're wearing is cool, but if it's not on H&M, Zara, or Forever 21, you ain't looking fly when you walk out the house. And I also want to talk about suits. A lot of brothers get together and they throw on suits and stuff. That's cool, but even a suit, they don't even wear suits like they used to. They might throw on a suit jacket with some jeans and some like Gucci sneakers or something. You understand? But you can only see this stuff if you keep up with fashion. If you keep up with fashion and you know what Zara's and H&M, you could walk into Walmart and be like, oh man, yo, that's like the shirt I saw on H&M or Zara. I'm gonna snatch that up. You understand what I'm saying?
I recommend get a GQ subscription. Like they're pretty up to date on fashion and stuff like
but
that.
You're talking about spending money. A lot of dudes ain't gonna get a GQ because they're like, I ain't gonna spend no money on GQ. They need something they could do real fast. Like the internet is fast. They could shoot
go
to
to the website for free.
Yeah.
But see, GQ subscription is like $14 for a year subscription. I mean, don't be like it gets to a point where people are being cheap. But one of the things I wanted to say too, understand something. I'm not one of these people that's like, I gotta go. I'm one of these people. I look like I like looking broke.
No,
I don't want nobody to hold on 1 second. I'm gonna say because I don't want nobody to ask me for shit. So my point, I'm going somewhere with this. So even if you're one of these guys that you don't think you need to be balling out of control, like when you go to a Walmart or something like that, you still need to be able to show up. You need to strategically be able to show up in areas where you want to make a presentation. Now, going back to what I just said, if you're the type of person where you are naturally introverted it might be a good habit to say, okay, I normally don't go to Walmart or Target or certain areas and want to look like $1,000,000 all the goddamn time. But at the same time, it's probably going to be good for you to get the habit of doing so, because there's a difference between like Super Triz not doing that when he's already established that he knows how to do that and he has the confidence in him already because of like his experience, and then dudes that don't have that confidence. So you might want to say, okay, for like a year, I'm going to put forward my best self no matter what I'm doing, where I'm at. Because another thing too, y'all, people be complaining about, oh, all these chicks are hoes and they want this, want that. Some of the best women you're going to meet during the day.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
reality is, I mean, so as far as women that are not in that category, women that, you know, like Mr. Research had a conversation is, might be looking for love. I mean, take your ass in a Barnes and Noble, just walk around and see who the fuck you see. See where you see it. You know, and you can't, so it's kind of like, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. So at least do it for a year. Now, if you got the confidence on 1,000 at that point, because you've slayed the dragons you need to slay, then it might be a different situation. And I'm not saying I'm there yet, but at the same time, I'm not going to be out here talking about why these women ain't choosing me. And I know I'm not putting forward my best self. And I'm not talking about just clothes. I'm talking about everything. And we got a lot of dudes, again, that if I ask them, how many women have you actually talked to? It's like they don't know the answer to that fucking question. Because I'm like, so what? Because my next question, if they have an answer, and I'm not trying to give people no advice, I'm just a nigga. I point you to Glendon Cameron, Kevin Samuels, Rom, or now that I know Dr. Love does is, I'll point you to him. But I'm just saying, from my experience, once you answer that first question, then I'm gonna be like, so what are these women typically saying? Is there a commonality as to what they're saying? What type of women are you talking to?
You have to diagnose their ass.
Yeah, and you can't do that half the time, because at the end of the day, it's like I understand that it's 2018 and what Mr. Research was saying, but approaching is not about chasing women. Because first of all, I don't even look at it like, oh, they're rejecting me. I look at it as qualification. You know, I'll talk to somebody just to talk to them, even if I ain't trying to. I'm not talking to every chick to fuck. Some of these women know somebody that I'm trying to deal with, and like as far as in business and stuff, and they have that person's ear. There's a lot of different reasons I might talk to a chick.
But see, it's the crazy part, right?
Yeah,
it all comes down to problem solving and critical analysis, right? Because when I was so I've never really had a problem with women, but I did have times in my teens where I wanted to increase, you know, the amount of women I was getting or the level in my mind of the women that I was getting, and I was able to actually critically analyze myself. Like, I really, like when I was in high school, I looked at this shit like mixed martial arts, right? Like fashion, game, wealth, articulation, and culture, knowledge, all these different aspects of being a man. It's almost like an aspect of fighting, in a sense of a mixed martial artist could be strong in one area but be good in the other area. But if you're strong in all of them areas, it's probably the best mixed martial artist you're gonna be, like somebody like John Jones, et cetera, et cetera. So what I did was I just, you know, analyze, like, okay, how can I get better in fashion? How can I get better in this? Get better in that? And that's the issue with a lot of guys. They think of it as, okay, well, these women are feeling me, so something must be wrong with them. When in reality, it's something wrong with the guy, not the women in most cases. You see what I'm saying? They don't even take the time to actually look at what area can I be weak in.
No, and there's something to be said. There's something to be said about, like, a lot of times you'll have dudes that they miss choosing signals because they have a hang up. Like, that's happened to me a couple of times.
What's a choosing signal? What's a choosing signal?
Well, when I say choosing signal, I'm talking about if a woman tends to want to be around you, or she's looking at you a certain type of way.
A sign of attraction.
Yeah, a sign of attraction. And I'll give an example.
Wait. What the hell is y'all talking about?
An indicator of interest.
Well, what I'm talking.
So listen to me, guys. Choosing signals. Wait, let's back this up. Don't forget, we men. You eat what you kill. The hell? What the hell is a choosing signal?
No, this is what like. Okay, so here's the thing. One of the things that dudes like when it comes to like, I'm not even when it talks about indicators of interest and stuff like that. One of the issues with a
Can
lot
I
of these
answer this?
dudes.
Can I
Hold
answer
on, hold
this
on.
real quick?
What I'm just well, I'm gonna let you answer it. But what I'm saying is, a lot of dudes, like, let's say, okay, let's say you're short, and you have a hang up about you being short. You may not be ugly or nothing else really wrong with you like that, but you have this hang up about you being short. So because that's a hang up, that's gonna reflect your reality. Oh, women don't like short men, or let's say black women don't like short men. Now, statistically, black women in general don't like short dudes necessarily, but there are black women that date short dudes. I know this. So if you have that in your head, your brain is not going to be allowing you to see the environment around you, because your brain is going to be reflecting the fact that you think women don't like short dudes. So you'll be up here on social media bitching and crying when the reality is you can't even see the women that are even interested in you in the first place. Now, I'm not saying that they're coming up to you, because women typically don't do that unless they're like really aggressive about it. But you can't even see that the women are looking at you, so you can even know which women you need to even go after to slay and kill. So you got dudes that are walking up to random women that have not indicated any kind of interest. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but a lot of these dudes can't even tell the women that would be attracted to them or not. They are completely blind to that because of their own mentality. Now, the last thing I'm gonna say too, and I want to make this clear. This is not, I'm not on here talking about, well, a lot of times that's nothing to do with the women and it's to do. My thing is, women are accountable to their outcomes, men are accountable to theirs. It's not about, well, it's her fault or it's my fault. It's you're accountable to your outcome. Just like if you are playing basketball, I'll say this: if you're running a relay, not a relay race, but running a sprint, we do too much looking at what the other side is, how the other side is running when we're in a race. Focus on your fucking lane and finishing your race. Don't look at what they're doing and saying, oh, they're doing this or they're doing that, or they have a shorter lane for whatever reason. Just focus on your lane, because while you're looking over there, your competition is passing you by. That's my mentality to this. So don't get it twisted where I'm trying to sit here and be like, oh, it's the men's fault. It is the men's fault for their own reality, just like the women are accountable to their own reality. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, go ahead.
So, Dr. Love, a choosing signal or an indicator of interest is a type of sign a woman gives that she's interested in you. And the reason why it's an important thing, because you have men on varying levels of awareness, right? Like you have some guys so clueless, a woman will do some shit like, brush her titties up against his back or some shit like that. Some obvious shit. She'll just brush her ass up against him or some shit as a way to be obvious about being interested in him. And you have guys that wouldn't notice some shit like that, or it could be some subtle shit of a chick in the club or whatever, like constantly, or not even constantly. Let's say a chick may look your way, smile, turn her head, look back at you and smile. It's various levels of women showing that they're interested in you, because most women, right? Most women are subtle when they're showing interest to men. That's just even the way a lot of women talk. Most women don't talk directly like men do. You know what I'm saying? It's some subtle, suggestive type shit. So
Hello?
Dr. Love?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
No, we can't. No, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I just want, man, y'all must just be some good looking dudes, because don't nobody send me no signs, yo.
No, hold up. Now listen, let me tell you something. Listen, let me tell you something about me.
But pause 1 second, I'll let y'all talk. I'm just listen. Y'all just good looking, because I don't get no sign. You know what I'm saying? I'm a normal ass dude. I walk in there. I'm not present. I have you understand what I'm saying? I have a present. So that means I just walk in there. I make my own thing happen. I can't wait for no female to choose me, because I don't look that good. You feel me? I'm just me. You understand? So as far as the truth, once you start talking to them, they might give you hints and stuff that like, yo, I like you, but just for a lady, like y'all saying people rubbing boobies on you.
No, it's more of a passive thing. It's kind of, I hate to, like, this is gonna sound lame as fuck. I don't give a damn. It's more like the force, where it's not so much you waiting for somebody to do something. It's more that you can survey, or you can kind of, it's not even about surveying a room. It's like a situational awareness as
Right.
far as how the women are around you. It's not necessarily you waiting for them to do something, but you might be talking to one lady and you might notice in the periphery of your eye this one woman, because she sees how this one woman's responding to you, is looking at you and looking at you.
No. I'm asking you a question, and you didn't do anything.
Yeah, you didn't do anything other than like, let's say you did exactly what you just said. Well, what you just said, you walked in there and you established a presence, and let's say you're on the life of the party, and as you're doing your thing, this is what you normally do, right? Making people feel good. You can pick out the women that maybe not in your direct vision or peripheral. It's like, oh, okay, they are quite unquote, they sending choosers to me, and they asking you to talk to them, pretty much in their brain. That's what it's called. It's not you standing on a wall being like, I'm surveying women to see if they giving me choosing signals. Think of it like this. Think about it as if charisma is like the center of gravity as far as the sun. And then you got planets that are rotating around that, and the sun powers itself. It doesn't really give a fuck what the planets are doing. It's just what it is. The choosing signals would be the planets in rotation, like kind of around the sun, and your ability to see that. You have to, it's not about you have to do anything. It's just you being you. And it's the same thing. It's kind of you being able to point out the crowd, but it's not you waiting for women to do something. That's not what it is. Because the women, that's what I mean.
Okay, let me cut you off.
Yeah,
I went like if you came to me and you was like, yo, Dr. Love, I got to get a female. This would never come up. I would not bank on this at all. The reason I wouldn't bank on that is because if you talk to most people, even if they think you're attractive, they're not going to do anything. And I have a name for the ladies or the guys that do that, and they're like overt with it. They're called wounded deer, meaning that you can approach and it'll work and stuff. It'll work on like a guy that's scared of women. Anything will work on him because he's scared of women. He'll take any woman, whatever she looks like, she could stink, whatever. But a decent dude is going to be like, yo, what's going on? Like it has to be more organic. It can't just be nothing that you see across the room. And I would tell most guys don't bank on that because most ladies are not going to really, unless you're real good looking, and y'all good looking. I'm not as good looking as y'all. Y'all real good looking. This happens to y'all all the time. Never happened to me. So listen, I would tell you to make yourself known by, like you said, work in the room, talking to everybody, shaking hands. Make sure you have on a good cologne. You understand? Make sure your teeth is brushed, your mouth is smelling good. Just make sure you smell good because all this stuff makes people feel good. So you're doing all that. Then when you walk into a lady, you talking to her, look at her body language and stuff. That to me, that's choosing signals. But for me, just to be
body language is choosing signals.
Yeah, it's part of
exactly. Right. Yeah, I'm not talking about like that's what it is.
I got to interact with them. I just don't.
Let me jump in for a second.
Go ahead.
Because here's the issue, right? It goes beyond as Edward Vale and Jesse Vale and Edward Anderson said. There's certain body language that you as a man have to be cognizant of when communicating with anybody, not just the opposite sex, but just general communication. You need to understand, when somebody's losing interest in what you're saying, maybe to switch topics, or maybe they're intimidated by your presence. Maybe you need to back off a little bit, be more personable. There's certain things that you need to do to adjust your dialogue and communication with people, and that's what a lot of guys don't pick up on. Like, and they waste a lot of time with women that aren't really interested in, because every woman is not going to like you. They maybe want to be around you, may want to hang out with you, but depending on what your objective is with that particular woman, it may be a lost cause. So you as a man have to be able to pick up on those signs. And also, especially a man who's not very comfortable and just really getting their feet wet as far as really digging in and trying to communicate with women and looking for a special someone. You may find yourself in trouble, not picking up on cues like maybe this woman has an ulterior motive. Like a lot of these guys getting caught up in this Me Too movement, so you got to be careful. You got to be able to pick up on some of these cues. Like, you know what? I'm getting a bad vibe about this. Let me just go ahead and end this conversation early. So I think that.
No, I was going to say, to be fair, and just to jump on the lady side, a big thing about that is when you're dealing with dudes that don't understand, because there's a difference between talking and communicating. Two completely different things. Like, if you want to look at talking like the top of the iceberg, you know how under the water the iceberg is much more larger. They always have those little pictures. That's what communication is versus talking. And the reality is, you got a lot of dudes, especially when that nervousness kicks in, that lack of confidence kicks in. They're going into their logical mind, meaning they want something guaranteed, and women just don't interact that way. So when we say choose, this is what I'm talking about, body language. It's your ability to, in the moment, be able to assess how this woman is responding to you.
Could I stop y'all for a second?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, listen to me. Just listen to me. I don't know what you're doing. Drop that out your vocabulary, okay? Because this is how it is. You're a man. You walk in the room as a man. You're forthright. You're looking good. You appreciate women. You communicate that. All this beating around the bush, choosing signals, none of that. You walk up to a woman. Listen, but hear me out. I heard y'all out. Just hear me out. Mm-hmm. You walk in the room. You see people, you shaking their hands, you talking, you complimenting people. When you see a woman, you don't compliment her looks. That's the worst thing to do. Don't be like, oh my God, you're so sexy. No, none of that. Compliment her shoes, her pocketbook, her hair, something she spent time on. Hey man, oh man, I like that pocketbook. That's fly, blah, 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 this, that, and other. You look like a shopper, joke around with her. And then after that, be like, yo, man, I'm really digging your vibe. Give me your number. Next time I'm around here, we hook up. That's what you do. All this choosing signal, waiting and stuff. You're digging a gigantic hole. You just get cornier by the second. Trust me.
It's making, okay. Let me tell kind of a personal story, so you understand what I'm saying, because it's making it sound more complicated than what it is.
No, I understand what you guys are saying. I'm just saying.
No, it's not even to rewire it. I just want to get this out. I'm not gonna re-say it in the same thing in a different way. There was a time I played football for 1 year in high school. Now I'm like 5'5". I learned quick. These motherfuckers want to kill me on the football field. So I said, fuck. When I saw their eyes lit up, and I played it just to say I did, and I said, fuck that. I'm getting a job. I'm gonna be one of them niggas in high school. Have me some money, because I like my life. But my point is, there was a woman that I was in a friend zone with. She's married now. But I was it wasn't out in the friend zone. I call it the pseudo friend zone. It really wasn't a friend zone like that. It was just, at the time, I didn't have the confidence I needed because I was short. And when you're short, that anybody short knows what the fuck that is. Like, at the time, I was 5'2". So so my point is, there's a couple of women that, looking back at what I know now, I had them. And this particular woman, she went all the way out of her way to come all the way down to the football field and see me. She was a cheerleader, and she was pretty much it went back and forth if she was the most attractive or second most attractive. It was between her and an Italian girl. And this girl, she was mixed. But anyway, my point is, she went all the way down there to see me. And like, when I say I like pawned her off, like, I really pawned her off. And never again, we were still cool, but never again did she reach out to me. And she told me later on, and this was a long time after, and she said, and when she told me, like, she had liked me and stuff like that, and I kind of suspected that before, but my point is, I was really scared about her coming down there to see me. Like, because she did it and she caught me off guard because I really liked her. And the thing is, that's what I mean. I'm not necessarily talking about this active thing. I'm talking about, you got a lot of dudes, the same dudes that you were talking about on Mr. Research Hangout. They can't even see the shit around them because they're so in their head and in their own bullshit. Kind of the same thing that you're saying right now, that you're saying we're doing by making stuff more complicated than what it needs to be and be in your natural presence of a man. It's like you're either in your presence as a man or you're in your head, which is all of the bullshit. And
let me say
I
this
get what
after you.
so maybe
And
it's the
Edward,
wrong
that's what
wording
Edward.
that we're
Pause
using.
1 second. Pause 1 second. I just want to say this, fam. If you listen, and not that you didn't listen, no, you listen. But what I'm saying to you is, erase all this stuff y'all heard on the internet, man. It's not the truth. You walking as a man, that girl, you can't be in the friend zone. You know why you can't be in the friend zone? Because you should have already communicated that you want to spend some time with this woman.
But here's my thing. Exactly. But here's my thing. That was my perception based on my own bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So I
It's
get what you're
everybody's
saying.
bullshit.
We can call
It's
it different
everybody's
words.
bullshit. It's
Yeah,
everybody's bullshit.
no,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. It's
Oh, I'm
just like
saying
Oh, let me just say
everybody's
this real quick.
no,
You're
let
sure?
him talk because we've been hold on. We've been cut. I've been cutting you off. So let Dr. Love, you finish your point and then Jesse will jump in.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, Jess. Your bullshit, you imagine your bullshit is unique. You imagine, oh, I'm short. Another guy might think he's too tall, he's too fat, he's too skinny, he's light skinned, he's dark skinned, he's fat, he's blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Listen, erase that. I don't have enough money. I'm tall, I'm short, blah, blah. It could be a rich dude. And he'd be like, well, I don't know how to dance. Like everybody has that. Yo, forget all that. Walk in there as a man. Yo, I'm a man. You're a lady. We need to get together. You understand? Forget all this shit people are telling you. Cause the internet, I watch some of these videos from some of these coaches. They be saying some wild stuff. All you got to do is go in there, looking the best you could look. If you chubby right now, of course you're trying to lose weight, but while you chubby, you trying to catch a woman too. Dress up, shave, smell good, blah, blah, blah. Try to make more money. Always try to be the best version of you. That's number one. Number two is no woman should be in the friend zone because you should have already communicated that you want to be with them and they already communicated yes or no. So you ain't wasting your time and you keeping it pushing.
Exactly. Direct approach. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Or that,
Yeah.
when I make more money, I'm gonna have her as a friend, and then when I start making more money, I'm gonna talk to her. B, you already killed it because the thing that people are attracted to is your personality. Money ain't gonna change nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Did I disagree?
No, we
we hear
heard you.
you.
We just not cutting you off. Yeah.
And I'll prove to you, money is not going to change nothing. Whatever money thing that you have or I have, I could give it to you and I would still beat you. You understand? Because
Yeah.
money changes nothing.
Yeah, because
Nothing.
like Glendon Cameron, you would like Glendon Cameron's disruptive male because he's very kind of like what you're saying as far as very direct with it. You just need to, but what he also says is he says that there's four parts. It's like it's your physicality, which is your body, as far as what you need to improve and get in order. It's your social. Money is a part of it too, but the problem is people will make money like it's 75% of the thing when in reality it's more like 25. You need the other four parts. It's like I forget. I know the physicality, the social stuff. Oh yeah, getting your spirit right, your mind right, and then so the mind right, social, money, and physical. These are the four things that you need to kind of have like well on.
Ed, let me ask you a question. Would you deal with an ugly? Let me tell you, this lady, she has a bad personality. She's dressing like it's 20 years. Think about this. Bad personality. Imagine a woman, bad personality. She's dressing like it's 20 years ago. She's not taking care of her money. I mean, her body, but she has a real good job. Is that your dream woman?
Well, I'm not looking for resources for a woman, so that's a different calculation.
I'm just asking you, is that your idea of a dream woman?
No.
Okay, now you said no, and that is not the definition of a dream man for a woman. She doesn't care about your money if you're corny. That's it. The first thing we got to stop doing is being corny. That's number one on the list. Let's get fly. Let's start being men. Let's start telling women we like them. You understand? How is a kid in first grade able to tell a girl that he likes her and he wants to play with her, and then you got some man and he can't tell a woman that? Like, come on, man.
Well, I'm a big believer in fuck who fucks with you. So in order to establish who fucks with you, you're gonna have to get in there to a certain extent. The problem is you have a lot of dudes that will put themselves in this box. A lot of it is proximity. A lot of it has that because let's take like beating up sisters for a second. A lot of it has to do with if you're in the suburbs and you only see white girls. A lot of them dudes be like, "Well, I only grew up around white girls, so that's why I never talked to black girls." You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be even on that for a second. So get out of the proximity box, because that's really the main issue that black men have. They're in a proximity box where, regardless of race, even if I say keep it black, they only interact with the people that's like immediately around them, and then they allow the people they dealt with when they were in high school forever define like who they are, and they never rise above that. And you see a lot of black people, both men and women, that you could tell emotionally they're still tied down to what either happened in high school or college, and then they're rambling about that rather than becoming different people. This is why I always tell people they need to fucking get out of the country. But really, if you can't get out of the country, just get out of the damn region. You know, if you're from the north, go to the south. If you're from the south, go to the west. From the east coast, go to the west.
Hey, that
I was
doesn't
gonna
work
say this
out.
earlier,
You gotta
right?
go,
In
baby.
terms of the
Well,
choosing
shit,
signals
take a
thing,
mega,
right?
but I'm not saying you gotta live there. I'm just saying you need to. I'm not saying you have to live somewhere else. I'm just saying you need to expose you can. You cannot be from Chicago and then all the fuck you know is Chicago. And I say, okay, if you ever been, what other cities you been to? Well, man, I'd have been to fucking Indianapolis. I'm like that's it. Like you haven't even seen anything else. And there's a difference between seeing something on the internet and then feeling things with your other senses. Like I'm not necessarily saying you gotta live in these places, although that's ideal, but you need to at least expose yourself to different ways of people doing shit. You got black people in Chicago, they don't interact with white people at fucking all in Chicago. Italians, none of that. Even in Chicago. Corey Holcomb talked about that. Anyway.
Yeah, it's very segregated. But
Off
earlier I was gonna mention in terms of the whole choosing signal thing, right? So things like thinking about choosing signal, it's not a thing that you're in your head. So it's almost like, you know, so I come from a sales background, right? And there's a thing called like the sales process or the sales cycle. When you're first practicing it, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you have to consciously thinking about, but after you think about it or practice it for a certain period of time, it actually becomes unconscious. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that you have to consciously thinking about. You're just observing it, and it's like a smooth process. You just observe, like, oh, okay, you know, that chick just smiled at me or whatever. Whereas before, you know what I mean, you might see a chick smile at you, and you might be like, oh, she must be smiling at the dude behind me or some shit. Or a chick may brush up against you several times. You like, oh well, she just maybe she's drunk or something like that. It'll always be an excuse. What either an excuse of why it's not towards you, or it would be just oblivious to it. Period. And it's not something that you have to do every time. Where it's like, okay, when I'm go out, I'm gonna just look for women with choosing signals. It's something like, okay, if you do see it, it's like they're giving you a way in, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's like a higher.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. How about if you're at Starbucks and you like the lady that's in front of you in line?
Talk to her anyway.
Okay, you heard what you said? You didn't care about any choosing signals, did you?
But yeah, but understand this, right? So let's say if you're in a club, a choosing signal, in my opinion, is a good way to kind of narrow down who you would either approach or who you would approach first when it's a large group of women.
Don't do that.
Wait,
The lady in Starbucks, the lady, listen to me. The hell with, I want you to get that out your vocabulary, because the lady in front of you in Starbucks never even saw your face or anything. You should just talk to her. Forget a choosing signal. You don't need it. You need to talk and find out from me or somebody that knows the cheat code to talking to women.
Well, let me ask you this. If you were in a club with 1,000 people, let's say 700 of them were women, would you talk to every single woman in the club?
You want me to answer that? I'll answer that. Number one, clubs are hard for me because it's too loud. But let's say I was in a club and the music is low. Would I talk to the 700? I wouldn't talk to 700 women, but any woman in that club that I was attracted to, I would talk to.
So every woman that she was attracted to, or
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in order. Like, yo, this is the flyest girl. Yo, this is the flyest girl in the club. I gotta talk to her before she leaves. So she's number one. Then all right, she left.
Okay, okay. So it's just a difference in decision making, right? So what you're saying is your decision making process is more so you would go after the women that you find the most attractive to least attractive. What I'm saying is I would not, most cases, if I had to decide, I would choose a woman that is choosing me before the women that I may necessarily find most attractive. You know what I'm
Then you gonna
saying?
cheat on her.
It varies. And it
You gonna
varies
cheat
because it
on
could
her.
I'm not saying like, okay, if a five start choosing, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just go with all the fives because they showing choosing seat. I'm just saying that in order to have that process of elimination, like which would I have the best chance at? And in most cases, for me personally, like I usually have better relationships or better situations, or it may be easier for me personally for women that have those choosing signals as opposed to a women that I just approach. It's almost like, and I bring it back to sales, right? Because that's what I come back from, a sales background, and sales, and similarly we called it, warm prospects versus cold prospects. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's like, it's usually easier to sell somebody that's coming to you than it is to sell somebody that you're approaching on a cold call or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this. What kind of,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to give me a long description. In 2 sentences, what kind of woman, if you saw this woman, you're attracted to, man, this will blow your mind. Pause right there. Don't even answer that. If I went on your computer or your cell phone and I saw what little dirty videos you was looking at, describe that woman to me.
Short, thick, curly hair, curly natural hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Dark skin, dark skin.
Now this short, thick, curly, natural hair. You're telling me if you saw this lady, you need a signal? Why? That's what you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm using it as a crutch. You know what I mean? Whenever I go out, I gotta get this signal to approach a chick. I'm just saying, if it's a room full of women,
Mm-hmm.
I would approach the chick that gave me the signal before I approached the chick that didn't give me the signal.
Even if it's get what you want. The hell with. That's why I say eliminate the choosing signal. Start getting what you want. Don't go to the store and they be like, "Oh, I want a chocolate donut," but they giving away free strawberries, so I'm not gonna get the chocolate donut. Don't do that because you're not gonna be satisfied. Start going. Listen to me. Listen to me. You like that short, thick, curly hair woman, right? Every time you saw one of those women and you approach them, don't you realize after you approach 5 or 10, maybe even 20 of them, you're going to get the woman that you want and be satisfied?
Yeah, absolutely.
So listen, forget wasting your time on what we call wounded deers. Wounded deers are you ever saw like a lion chasing deers or something and one's wounded?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call those people. They're wounded deers. They're like nobody wants them, so they out chasing or whatever. Forget a person that's choosing you. Get what you want. Okay? If you're sitting at home, it can't be crazy, but if you're sitting at home and you want a Mustang, save up for a Mustang, man. Don't ride around a Toyota because you ain't satisfied. That's why people cheat all the time. They're cheating because they sitting up in the house with somebody that should be their friend. You need to be.
So I had, and then I was just gonna say I got
Interesting.
Dr. Love YouTube channel in the comment section because I can do the comments. So all y'all definitely subscribe to him. Got some good videos there on some topics. So definitely subscribe to him. We're gonna do this for like another 30 minutes. As far as what you were saying, so here's the thing. I understand what you're saying because the thing about it is, I understand what both of y'all are saying. Here's the thing. It's better to have a better relationship with qualifying women and rejecting women. When I say not rejecting women, but dealing with rejection. So you're more on what Dr. Love is talking about, where you are just getting in there than it is to try to try to develop choosing systems. Because if somebody that does not have their shit together in this space will fucking use that as a crutch. That'll be a path to the procrastination side of the force, so to speak. It will be. So you have to jump in the water. Because then, so I understand. So I understand, yeah, and I knew you would agree with that, Jesse. So, Dr. Love, we're not arguing against that. The thing about choosing was kind of like, you wouldn't shoot a three when you could just do a layup. But at the same time, if we're talking to dudes that need help, because the dudes that don't need help are not necessarily referring to it as that, but the dudes that actually need help to improve, yeah, you're gonna have to do what Dr. Love is saying is you need to, bust that cherry and actually talk to that woman. Because a lot of times every woman ain't gonna cuss your ass out. And when you realize these women may say they have a boyfriend or whatever, ain't gonna bite your fucking head off. Some of them will, and you're gonna have to get over that if it does. But you realize, wow, these women ain't gonna bite my fucking head off. I can actually talk to them and they not scream rape. Then it'll usually be easy, just like how in sales, you do cold calls and realize most people are not gonna cuss your ass out. It makes it easier to do it. But if you're not doing it, you're in your head about it. And that's what I think that Dr. Love is constantly railing against this choosing signal thing, because it sounds like you too much in your head and not really in the moment going after what you want.
Edward, thank you for reading my mind, my brother.
Yeah, so let you know, we hear you, and I get it. For people that need help,
Edward is when it comes down to it, baby, you live one time. You live one time, man. Get what you want. When you gonna do it? Next time you're gonna get the short, thick, curly hair. So you telling me you're gonna marry some poor woman that you barely attracted to because y'all just got in this relationship now. You're gonna cheat on it. That's like you just cheating on lady. You know
what? Well, so
go ahead.
So on a more complex note, right? Like I'm not even so that description that I gave you, that's more like an imprint for me, right? What BGS calls an imprint, right? But I'm at a point now where that imprint is not necessarily important to what I'm trying to do in terms of relationship and marriage. Like, like I've had the short, thick, curly hair, natural hair, and stuff like that. That's cool and it's exciting, yada yada yada. But I'm more concerned with other things. Now, if I could get a sister with the intangibles that has that, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But I'm more concerned with the cooperation and the respect and the appreciation and all type of things, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like
let's talk to that. The reason that you don't have that is because y'all looking for choosing signals instead of saying, you know what, I'm attracted to short, thick, curly hair women. I'm gonna talk to 20 of them. I got one. She doesn't have the intangibles, so I'm gonna talk to the next 20. And I got one. She doesn't. Now when I'm on my 61st short, curly haired woman, I only went out with 3 of them. But it took me. Now I got one that has short, thick, curly hair, and she has an intangible. You understand?
No, but see, hold on for a second, Dr. Love. See, now you just said it.
Super sure, like he about to cut somebody out, man. Like, no, hold on for a second.
No, not even. It ain't.
No, we
like
didn't
that,
say nothing to your girl. I was just looking at her. I just said, "Hey, man, shit, you don't need to cut me." I'm not playing.
Yeah. Now you just said, if you're in your 61st short, thick, curly hair girl. But the question is, how do you get to that point? How do you get to that 61st girl?
What do you mean?
Process of elimination. So part of that process of elimination, not only does she meet your hold on. Not only does she have to meet your expectation, but you have to meet hers as well. So there's certain signals that you as a man may not pick up on, that I always pick up on these signals. Like if a woman's not really feeling me, or if she has some type of ulterior motive, this is what I mean by a choosing signal. That for me, I don't need a prompt to talk to a woman. I don't even need eye contact. If I see a woman I want to talk to, I'm going to talk. I just talked to a girl today in the gym.
Yo, come closer to your phone or whatever so we could hear you a little better.
Like today, I just talked to a woman at the gym. She wasn't even looking at me. She wasn't looking nowhere near me. But I said, you know what? Fuck that. I want to go talk to her. I don't care where we at. I'm going to talk to her right now, right here in front of everybody. And I did that. So I don't need a choosing signal to initiate contact. But what I'm saying is that there needs to be some sort of reciprocation for you as a man to continue to invest your time and effort into said woman. So if she's not giving you certain signals back, then why continue to waste your time? This is how niggas get in situations.
I agree with you. There's no disagreement. I agree with you.
Let
me say one thing.
I just want to say this quick thing. I want to say this quick thing. What I think that Dr. Love is talking about is pre-break the ice.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
talking about choosing signals is and super trade. That's like the difference because choosing like when people use this term, because this is not even a term. This is fucking something like this is something that the new motherfuckers are saying as far as like the new type motherfuckers. This ain't some shit I'm saying.
No, I'm gonna keep it real though, Edward.
That the new motherfuckers are saying. No, it's different terminology that we use, but there is pre-breaking ice and post-breaking ice. What Super Triz is talking about is post-breaking ice. What's called is railing against is pre-breaking ice, and we know the dudes that need help. This is why I said dudes like Super Triz ain't even thinking about it in this way because breaking the ice ain't the issue. But then again, Super Triz don't need the help. So the dudes that need the help, you probably want to shy them away from this because they're going to use that as an excuse to not break the ice. I get what he's saying, but no, I still say what you're saying, Super Trick, that's valid because another thing that people will refer to is say, oh, this woman's sending me hella choosing signals. It's more like, oh, I'm talking to her and she looked like I can fuck this bitch like now because she's indicating like that she's ready to go. Versus some women might be a little bit more reserved. It might take more time. And that's kind of what Super Trick was kind of talking about too. But anyway, you can speak
and that's what I was gonna say real quick. It basically comes down to varying degrees of effort, right? So one chick that doesn't give choosing signals, you probably could still get her, right? But it may take a little bit more work or a little bit more time. But the chick that's giving the choosing signals, 9 times out of 10, like Edward just said, like she's showing you that she's down and ready to get down with the get down. And disclaimer, I'm not saying that this is something that should be used for beginners. I mean, this is for more seasoned people, you know what I'm saying, that didn't really have trouble getting with women, you know what I mean? It's more something, it's more of an awareness thing based on the effort.
And I want to put this on the floor too. The biggest issue the dudes, from what I've observed, the dudes have is this break the fucking ice issue. So that's the thing is, so when you talk about the mindset, when he's talking about 64, most dudes are like, are you fucking kidding me? 64 people? Here's the reality situation. If you don't have a control over like the fundamental of that, when I don't mean to use the term inner game, but I'm talking about understanding the difference between qualification and rejection. Like, I'm not saying that women have a right to try to embarrass you or anything, but women have the right to say no. Stop looking at a woman not being interested as like this statement against your manhood. See, the problem in the Black community, and this is true, like, let's keep it real. We already know how white boys get with their entitlement. A lot of white boys got an issue with entitlement. Black men, it's a little bit different. The thing about black men is black men look for women to tell them who they are as men. I made this joke when I was watching the movie The Avengers Infinity War. But anybody seen that movie, when Tony Stark told Spider-Man he was an Avenger, he did that knighting thing as a joke. That's what black men are looking for women, black women in particular, to do. This is why women, if a woman rejects him, but not rejects him on some embarrassing shit, if a woman just shows she's not interested, not in a normal way, dude's like, fuck you, bitch. After 2 seconds later, he called him a queen. That's that rejection that dudes can't take. So the first thing for black men in particular, they need to get right is you all need to understand it's okay for that woman to say no. In fact, that woman is saying,
can you tell them the number? 64, brother.
Yeah. So this is the other thing I was going to say real quick too. When you look at a number like 64, you have to understand that don't home in on one woman like you're looking for her like a fucking dog chasing a fucking car, where it's like, I'm looking for that woman to say yes. So your whole mind is focused on that woman. So if she says no, it's like that fucked up your whole world. No, you're looking at, okay, the number 64. So you say, okay, this woman fits the type that I'm looking for right now. So I'm a holla at her. It's just like sales. When you make cold calls, everybody fucking knows you not a very small percentage of them are gonna say yes. Everybody knows that. Nobody expects you to make a. We know warmer calls are better when people know you, but even warm calls, it take a few people are gonna say yes. So you have to get it in your head where you're not putting so much pressure on that woman to where if she tells you no, that means there's something wrong with you. And then that's where that dudes get angry about that because they put so much emotional investment into one woman rather than the process. Let me say that. Stop investing in the person until they've already demonstrated they reciprocate. Invest in the process. That's the difference.
Yo, man, the and Trends, Edward, he said what I said, and to Trends, you're talking about further along the date. I'm talking about initially guys looking for choosing signals. That's what I'm talking about initially. Like you said, you'll talk to a woman, so you're not looking for choosing signals. You're like me. You
Well,
understand?
no. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me just cut you off. I'm always looking for choosing signals. I just ain't got one yet. So that's the reason why I just got to go talk to him.
Exactly. I told these cats when I first got on, they real good looking because I ain't never nobody choosing
Man,
signals.
nigga, you lying. You can
What?
say it all you want to, but all right.
And
Huh?
I say this, man, it's when
He
when
got that
you're
straight
on
Miami look.
right, right.
Okay. Let's talk about my look. Let's talk about my look. This is me at my best. I could let my beard grow, my mustache grow, have a ragged up haircut, have on a t-shirt right now. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't. Everything that you see is a choice that I made to be the best version of me. And that's what I tell people to do. You understand?
I wanted to touch on what Ever said real quick. He said about the number 64. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in the beginning stages, like if you're a brother that's having trouble, getting women, you want to focus on, quantity and just getting your rep ups and just talking to women and getting comfortable with women and stuff like that before you focusing on quality. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get to a certain level, once you get to a certain like tenure dealing with women, it's more or less that you're probably turning away more women or disqualifying more women than you are trying to get at more women. And it's crazy. We keep bringing up sales because it's really like a semblance between dealing with women and dealing in sales. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a top salesperson, like most top salespeople, they customers come to them. You know what I'm saying? They don't even really do too much cold calling and stuff like that once they're at the top of their game. You know what I mean? And they're dealing with less people and making more money. So it's the same way with dealing with women. Once you get better, once you've had those reps of dealing with women and approaching women cold, her not even looking at you, her not even seeing your face, just approaching all these different women. You know what I mean? You're gonna get to a point where you're dealing with less, more attractive women as opposed to just a large quantity of them.
But what I'm saying, no. I think you're correct. You're not wrong. But that's not what I said. What I'm saying is, if you have a type, I don't know, was it Trent? I believe it was Trends that said initially he's looking for like the short, thick woman or whatever he's looking for, but he's looking for like the other stuff, like the abstract stuff, maybe a good job, good mother, good
Nah, that was
whatever.
me. That was me.
Okay, what I told him is forget the choosing signals. Whatever physical thing that you like in a woman, start approaching that thing that you like physically. And you're going to approach so many of these ladies that you like physically that one's going to have the physical and the other traits. She's going to have a good job, like the kids and all that other stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but the main thing is that guys, the main thing is I'm talking to you guys on videos. I'll just tell you, like guys are scared of girls. That's all it comes down to. They're just scared for whatever reason. They're just scared. That's it. And that's why a lot of guys mistake like swag and all that stuff. All the dude with swag is a dude that's not scared of women. That's it. You know, you gotta
Shit,
be
what I
cool. You
thought you
gotta
got hacked for a second. I got
What happened?
Now I was messing with Edward. I was like, I thought he got hacked or something. I saw the screen
Nah,
went on scare
this
mode.
is what I want. How do I get this chick? No, I'm playing.
Mhm. You gotta talk to us, man.
No,
We didn't go,
I'm joking.
we didn't go over
You
what
know,
exactly to say though.
you know what's funny about her though? That's
But
one of the funniest women on Instagram right now. She's got like I think a million, almost 2 million things. She is extremely funny. She's actually probably a little bit more funnier than she is attractive. And as you can see, she's very attractive. So anyway, I just wanted to put that there because I know you asked the question. She said, you want to know what it looks like? Actually, I had a dark skin version of that too. Oh, a dark. But anyway, my point. No, the last thing I want to talk about real quick to close this out in the next like 20 minutes or so is this idea because we talked about the sales piece was kind of a one-on-one thing versus how to establish like social networks. Like one of the things is you don't hear people talking up about how to get into a network, how to build a network, how to kind of establish like a social life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your thoughts about that?
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Well, I'm talking about like, you know, a lot of times, just like how with anything, networking is good. Let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. If you don't have a social life, what are some of the things you would tell somebody to do as far as how to establish one, kind of from scratch?
I don't. You're saying
A social life. Get away from the networks, but I'm talking about a social life in general.
Like, are they what to date, to have friends? Like, what is their concern?
I would say in realm of dating, in a realm of like dating, kind of a combination of a couple of different things, but let's angle it more towards dating.
So you're telling me what do I tell a guy to do to get dates?
Let me reframe that. Let me reframe that because I want to communicate this right. So let me get away from the social life thing.
Okay.
So one of the things that I've seen get if you ask black men and black women as far as to say, okay, you like a certain type of women. This is kind of goes back to what Mr. Research was asking with love, but let's get out of the love thing. If there is a certain group of people that you are trying to get involved with, not necessarily like a particular group, but just a particular archetype. Let's say a group of people that have that kind of short and thick that, you know, so you get those 64 numbers up.
Okay.
Most of the time, dudes don't really have a real orientation as to how to infiltrate like certain groups of people, like how to get into certain groups or certain networks of people and stuff like that from a social standpoint. Like they don't know how to be the center of gravity like you're talking about and just instantly be able to turn on that charisma and be the life of a party or make people feel good, so to speak. They don't know how to turn that on.
Are you asking me like what to say? Like what's on a person's mind that can easily talk to a woman?
I'm talking more broader than that. Maybe I got to think about how to word it. But you know, most people that are good at being a life at a party usually have like it's kind of like what Jesse was talking about. Why after a while you build up a momentum because you build up networks of people that connect to other people, that connect to other people, that connect to other people.
So are you talking about being the life of the party?
Is kind of like that? Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Are you talking about like let's say you go to your friend at work? Your friend at work, you saw a picture of his sister. His sister's beautiful, and he invites you to like a small birthday party at his house. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that. Like building up that kind of momentum.
Okay, all right. Your friend at work, you like his sister. You're a dirty dog. I love you because you being a dirty dog, and that's beautiful because you're getting what you want. So your friend, he invites you to the house party. The first thing you do, your friend is probably across the room. He's not going to answer the door. The first thing you do is you want to make yourself popular if you go to a house party. What is popularity? Popularity is everybody knows you, right? So the first trick you do when you walk in that door, aside from being dressed good and walking right and talking right and smelling good, aside from all that, we're just talking, all that stuff is already right. The first thing you do is you walk in that door, you say hi, and you compliment every single person in that party until your friend, if there's 10 people there, your friend is going to be the 10th person you speak to. This is why you walk into the room, the person answers the door. Hey man, oh, hey, what's your name? Oh, your name is Bobby. Oh man, I thought you was his brother, man, because you had on this cool suit. that guy now likes you. Okay, you walk by he has his lady with him. Oh, hey miss, how are you? My name is Dr. Love. Oh man, that's a wonderful perfume. What kind of perfume? Man, that smells real good. I might have to buy that for my lady. Now that lady likes you. You understand what I'm doing? You're walking through the room complimenting everybody. Now now whoever's looking at you in that room is saying, God dog, who is this guy? I just got blurry for some reason. Hold on a second. Everybody in that room is saying, who is this guy that's talking to everybody? That's what's called being popular. So you repeat that throughout the room. Now you get to your friend. You don't talk to the lady that you like at all. You look in that room and you see who the alpha males are. Okay. Let me tell you about alpha males. Most alpha males are alpha males because they're over emotional. Okay, they it's good, you know, because they might be over, but over emotional people make mistakes. So let's say they're in a circle and they're talking about Donald Trump or something. You go in the circle, you find out who the alpha male is talking, you agree with him. Now you're in the circle. Make sure you make physical contact with that man. Why? When you break a person's physical space, it breaks them. So that man that you see, that's the alpha man, you walk up to him like, hey, you put your hand on his shoulder. Trust me, you have to touch that person. Because if you touch that person, you're swinging your own cock, showing that you're an alpha male, okay? Now you're in a circle with the rest of the alpha males. They're talking about Donald Trump. If they're saying positive stuff, you agree they're going to mess up because this is what alpha males do. They're emotional. They're going to say something negative. Anytime you say something negative, you're in a place of hurt and you're weak. What you do at that point is reverse that. When they'll probably be like, man, Donald Trump gets me sick because he's very racist, right? You could pick up, be like, yeah, man, it appears that he's racist, but you know, he was friends with Snoop Dogg, this, that, and the other. I don't know about him being racist, but I definitely hate his politics. You are now the alpha male. You now just picked up. So now you go around the room, you talk to everybody, whoever that lady is, that his sister, you walk up to him. This is another key thing you do. She's not going to be by herself. She's going to be with a man, a woman, or whatever. You always walk up to a group of people and you see the woman that you like, and you always ask that group of people, hey, man, hey, how you say whatever to get in there. And the question you ask them is, how do you guys know each other? Okay, because the second you ask these people how do they know each other, they're going to be like, oh, that's my brother, that's this, that's that. So you're going to see, oh man, that's her brother, that wasn't her boyfriend. Now you start talking to the leader of that circle. Who's the leader of that circle going to be? If there's an ugly woman there, you talk to her first. If there's an alpha male there, you talk to the ugly woman and alpha male, because they're the gatekeepers. Once you get past the alpha male likes you and the ugly woman likes you, you automatically won the approval of the people in that circle. What's the next thing you do? The lady that you like, you compliment something about her, never her looks, her hair, her shoes, whatever. Oh man, those are some nice shoes, whatever. You just throw a little compliment, get her talking back and forth with you. You ask a little question, she asks a little question. Do not be serious like Edward gets one here. You got to be a little jokey. Every 4 question you ask is something abstract. It's a joke. You be like, Dad, I like that pocketbook. You look like you stole that pocketbook, girl. You understand what I'm saying? You do that, easily pick up. That's how you work and become social in the room.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to the answer I was trying to get, even though I was blindly hitting the damn mountain. So yeah, I got the gold nugget. In fact, that shit, I'm gonna make its own video. And pretty much because I'm gonna keep it real with you, that was actually really, really good. Because people, number one, people overthink it. It's a lot more simpler than that. It's just it's exactly what you said as far as how simple it can be, but people overanalyze it is what I'm saying. That's why people wind up being on the damn wall and shit.
They on here lying, cuz they don't hook people up. I really hook people up. That's why I know how to do that.
You understand? No, absolutely. And there's different aspects to like different parts of certain things. Like what I found when it comes to certain people, yes, there's some people that are more genuine than others. Like I'm not trying to put out any names in a negative way. You know, so I won't do that. But there's like certain people where people really be thinking it's got the fucking juice, and I'll be like, I'm not shitting on that on certain people because I'm like they have a fan base and they've developed it, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
Don't stop the hustle, because don't forget they make money doing this. So don't say
yeah,
that name.
yeah, no, absolutely. And but at the same time, and their ability to garner the loyalty they have from their fan base is very admirable. As a black man, I'm not going to throw another black man in the bus. But if people ask me, I'm not somebody to say, okay, this person's better than this person. I'm going to say, okay, these are the people, and this is what they're the best at. They're good, but this is like particularly what they're good at. And that's what goes on with a lot of people. Amongst the people that are genuine, like I'll tell you this. If somebody like take Kevin Samuels, for example, Kevin Samuels does a couple of things well, but the one thing I think he talks about better that I've seen that anybody else talk about as far as like putting more emphasis on it is cologne. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he can do the clothes thing. There's a couple other people who do the clothes. He does the tailor stuff, and other people are not talking about it to that extent. But when it comes to the videos on his cologne, if I put together a playlist on all his cologne videos, that's probably the best thing because a lot of niggas don't know shit about cologne. Like I don't know as much about cologne as I should. And
That's
the
real
shit he's
talk.
talking about is shit I ain't never heard of.
Shortcut, fellas? Can I throw a cologne shortcut out there? A top tip?
Yeah.
When you walk in the store to buy a cologne, you always ask the lady behind the counter. She's going to be running a special. It's going to be on Versace, Gucci, whatever, right? You like, dang, this smells good. But listen, what cologne in here, if I had it on, you go crazy right now, girl. That's the cologne you buy.
Yeah. Exactly. And even in like the way you apply it, the way you get it to last and stuff too. No, absolutely. And see that I didn't know. That's actually really good too. So it's things. And now when it comes to like tailored stuff, he's really good at that too. So it's and with Alan Roger Curry, you know, Alan Roger Curry is like the fundamentals as far as direct approach. Get a good relationship. You don't get to that 64 number if you worried about what every individual woman thinks of you. Because what happens is women that are saying normal shit that women will say, like I got a boyfriend, like you saying fuck you bitch because a woman just said, hey, I got a boyfriend, and it turns out they really have a boyfriend. Because I see a lot of niggas doing that, and that's that emotional stuff you're talking about. They be like, yeah, man, I just want to talk to you, you know, you a black queen and everything. Oh, you're kind, but I got a boyfriend. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck. Hate these black women. I'm getting on YouTube. Yeah. But that's what motherfuckers be doing.
Hey,
like,
Edward, is that the black version of incels?
Easy.
Yeah, but you know with black men are just black men. You know what the black version of incels is? Don't get mad. I don't give a damn how y'all feel. I gotta say to be told. Because you know, dudes will be like, I'm getting pussy. Even if I got a fucking morbidly obese bitch, I'm
I
getting
remember
some.
you said that.
Yeah, that's our because we ain't not getting pussy. It's just
You know,
how
man,
low you gotta go.
I've never gotten to that low point, man.
You have that,
I wish
Jesse.
I.
You have that Indian tear. You know where they used to have them racist commercials where you throw some shit on the ground and the Indian cry. That's how I view dudes when they be fucking certain women. And why they fucking they be crying. You know, be like why that's our version of incels. Or you
Oh
just find
man.
an ugly white girl. You know, if you wanted to do that, you know, you find dude.
Yo, so what I'm saying after what I said, what did you guys take from what I said to you? Like, did you learn anything as far as like that? The social thing, was that helpful to you?
No, that was that. I mean, I know I'm not
Yeah,
playing
that
when I
was.
say that. I'm cutting that. I'm editing that out, making that it's on video.
Yeah,
Because
that was a nice little nugget right there, man. That
yeah,
was a nice little
because
nugget.
that was actually a tutorial. Because most people don't even think that stuff like that can be broken down. They kind of think shit is just magical. And I'm not saying you don't want to get too analytical about it, but what I'm saying is there are simple things you can do to be like, well, no, people just know each other, and that's just how it is. There ain't no talking to people. What you can actually talk to people and actually work a room like that? Are you fucking serious? They don't just magically know who you are and have this charisma juice that God blesses you with that makes them all like you. That's what people really be thinking. That's what
Nah.
people really be thinking it's like. And I was like that at one point too. Because you gotta think if people are naturally not insular, yeah, insular like that.
But there are people that are natural like that, though.
No, there are. But what I'm
I
saying
will
is,
argue that.
if you no, there are.
They're gonna drop the ball though, because if you don't fully understand what you're doing, you're gonna drop the ball.
Yeah, but what I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's
is,
true.
if you're naturally like not an introvert, it's never been more stuff to kind of facilitate you being an introvert. Pornhub, video games, streaming. You ain't gotta see motherfuckers. You can actually interact with people without ever fucking dealing with it.
Yeah,
See, and that's not healthy.
one
That's
sec.
That-
But you just said something beautiful. You just said something beautiful. We're in the times where people don't speak to one another. So if you even speak to somebody, you're going to get way further in 2018 speaking to somebody than in 1995 when everybody spoke. So it's easier now to socialize and pick up people because you stand out because most people don't.
Yep.
exactly. Even if you know how to perform. And I hate to say it that way, but I've even heard women like they got the state fair coming on, and in my job, they like, man, I want to go to the fair, but you know what? I just don't want to be around fucking people. I don't want to be around people, And it's like, cause sometimes you just don't want to be around people. Now these are women that, trust me, they going to the club and shit. But some of my agents and shit, they like, yeah, I just don't want to be around people. I'm like, so what about you? I never want to be around. I don't want to be around y'all motherfuckers, but do this job for you get rolled up. Got my face. No, I ain't that bad. No, I can't be that bad because they always give me a team full of all women, and they do that. I think they try and get me fired. So I always gotta, you gotta handle women differently than dudes. Dudes, you can say shit like that. Women, you gotta be a little bit more. It's kind of like women are like cells. You can't just go at it. But anyway.
Hey,
yeah.
You got my email, fam. You need to. I ain't charging you nothing. Just hook up with me, man. So I want to bring you. You want to be on the thing like this with your shirt open and shit, smelling good, brother. That's
shit. I don't know about all that, man. But I'll definitely. I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up. Now, this is kind of me being a little bit less. See, actually, this is the first video probably people have seen me, other than my earlier videos where I was talking about business, where I've been like less serious. Like I'm not always this always serious. Like I can talk about movies, I can talk about everything. It's just in this space, it's just people can be so full of shit. It's kind of like, okay, it's time to bring this back to what logic is and fight for logic. But at the same time, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll let everybody have their closing thoughts. The real thing that happened, because I like history and I like recent history. When you look at from like 99 to like 2000, really 8, I call it from 99 to pre-Obama years. Really, you could say 01 to pre-Obama years. Really, a lot of dating coaches, not all of them, but a lot of the bigger ones. And in this, I'm not even talking about black people. I'm talking about like mainly the ones you see, like a lot of white coaches. They really made it more about the business than actually helping people, actually helping the game. Now, I have no problem with people making money. Make money, but at the same time, they were creating situations in which people will always have to come back. It was a recyclable thing where they would never give people that thing. This is why it was this big debate between direct approach, which is what you're talking about, which is what Alan Roger Curry talks about, which quite frankly, a lot of black men tend to want to gravitate more versus the indirect shit, which is what a lot of white folks want. And the white folks want the indirect shit because at the end of the day, like stuff like this is why when you were railing against choosing signals, I completely understood it because they will say, oh, these are the top 30 choosing signals you need in order to know the woman you can bed the woman that night. Just pay me $30. Or they'll add it as a bonus with another product that's high, and then people will buy all this shit and realize I'm not approaching. I still have this fear. This is bullshit. MGTOW, motherfucker, because the whole shit's bullshit. The women are bullshit. Everything's bullshit. Fuck it, I quit. MGTOW. And that's where MGTOW was really born out of. And it's funny because a lot of the same white boys that was doing this shit would be the same white boys talking about women ain't shit because they ended up getting a woman, getting married, and getting fucked over. That's really where it came. A lot of people don't realize that that's really where it came from. It came from like the kind of backlash to the industry because nobody wanted to really get over the fact that you need to understand that it's okay for a woman to say no. And not only is it okay for a woman to say no, you want to appreciate that woman telling you no up front. The bitches are the ones that take you on 3 or 4 dates knowing they ain't gonna fuck you, but they gonna take you on dates until you wise up that you ain't getting no pussy. The women that tell you no up front is actually giving you enough respect to not lie to you. And that's how you need to look at it. Not saying you should be like, thank you, but at the same time, if they're not embarrassing you or anything, don't worry about it. Go deal with something. There's a lot of times that a woman might tell you no, and if she see that a woman that she thinks looks better than her is fucking with you, you know how women are when you ain't got nobody, they don't give a damn. When you got somebody all low, that's when the choosing signals come out, Jesse. When you got somebody, you want to know what choosing signals are? Go outside and put on a wedding band, and you'll see these chicks, these home wreckers. Anyway, no.
Yo, man, the main thing I take from what you just said, Edward, is a lot of dating coaches, you know, you could, I look at some of these dudes like, fam, I know you ain't getting no shorties. You talking wild, you talking reckless. And if you are, they'd be like, well, I just started getting girls 3 years ago. I'm like, come on, fam. You understand? Like, people are taking advice from dudes that don't get women. And if they get women, they don't get the women that they want. You know, choosing signals, and like that's why I said I wasn't trying to, go against you guys too crazy. I'm just telling you, get that out your vocabulary. You don't need choosing signals. Don't wait for a hand from the sky to do anything for you. You understand? That's just not how life works.
Yeah. We'll just agree that everybody should have body language. I mean, I'm not saying that's choosing signals, but because that's kind of like in the middle ground.
Body language, definitely. But like I said, you might be walking across a room and you see a beautiful lady. Now what? You know what I'm saying? You got 5 seconds to react, or it'll pass you by. And guess what's gonna hurt? You know what's gonna hurt? You laying down saying, damn, I didn't get a chance to talk to that woman. She might have liked me, she might not. You know, that's gonna hurt worse than her saying no.
Look, here go Dr. Love. Dr. Love be like, see, that's what you get. You fucking this ugly bitch because she was giving you choosing signals because you were too scared to talk to the woman you want.
Yeah. Now you sitting up with some ugly girl in the cafeteria that don't winked at you instead of that.
Now you looking at the mirror like Mary J. Blige talk about no more pain.
Yeah, that's why I say, how many dudes is like, I really want a Hispanic woman. So be with why you with a black lady or white lady? Be with the woman that you want to be. And trust me, if you like the short, thick, whatever you like, there's a woman that's short, thick, whatever, and she's smart. She's a good mother. She's a nice person. You just got to start going for what you know, what you want, man.
All right, so anyway, man, last words from everybody. This turned out really good, man. Look, man, shout out to Mr. Research, man. I know Mr. Research a busy dude. You know, fuck them motherfuckers. You know how they are. These Kim 123 assholes. You know, every time you turn around, they say, but why are you fucking our women, man? You know, like, why are you fucking our women? You know, you're infecting them with your big dicks and swag, man. You know, those people. It's all good. I did this hangout just to show you, people ain't shutting shit down. Like, it's funny how, how these dudes want to act like they all that, but they got to be on our side and we ain't on their side. I mean, like, shit, why don't you troll ABL, man? Shit. You don't want to make money off y'all. But anyway, I just wanted to do this just so you can get out what you did. I'm actually very impressed with the audience, because I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I be talking hella shit, and sometimes I be thinking, man, I be going a little bit too hard on the sisters a little bit because there's not more balance to. I'm a big believer in showcasing. Okay, yeah, a lot of women are fucking up, but this is what the ideal is. You know what I'm saying? To say, okay, this is what you need to aim for. And then just don't fuck with them. And I don't have enough content like that on there. And I have a list of women that are great women as far as like Nicole, Shauna, stuff like that. But I wanted for everybody to be able to get heard and for you to put your stuff out. Cause everybody knows who Kevin is. I don't think as many people knew what you were doing, what you were about, but I'm gonna cut that video because real talk, that shit is some shit a lot of people don't think about unless it kind of like naturally comes to them. So when they hear that, they be like, wow, that dude really knows what the fuck he's talking about. And yeah, man, like I said, man, I'm very excited for 2019 because it's a lot of stuff that's going to be a lot more organized, and I'm gonna be happy to be part of that. So that's my final word. So all y'all have y'all last say, and then we'll go ahead and hang this up.
I would just like to say, man, yo, thanks for having us on. Yo, we all need each other's information. I don't know. Let's just leave it in the comment section or whatever, so we could just contact each other. Like if we want to do like a channel like this, I don't want nobody to be left out. You feel me?
Absolutely, I would love to have like a panel of like nothing but dudes that deal with kind of dating cultures like you, Kevin. There's another dude by the name of Titus Unlimited. This an older dude. Man, I hope I look like him when I'm his age. And a couple other dudes. That would be really good. Like, because all y'all come at it from different angles, different ages, different backgrounds, but it's like a lot of the same stuff. So anyway, that'd be really cool. What about you, Super Triz?
I just want to say that again, always put your best foot forward, and practice makes perfect. So go ahead and replay this video and try to jot down some of the topics that we spoke about and some of the key aspects, and try to incorporate those into your daily life, and then actually execute them. When you actually execute them, you become more comfortable with the process, and also with the concept of rejection, because rejection is going to come. Just be cognizant of that. But there comes a point in time where you're so confident with the process that rejection just bounces right off of you. Also, try to remember the little things. Just something simple. Just put on some lotion. I mean, come on. Like when you guys are going out and you guys going to similar places, and you think, oh, I'm just running out to the gym, or I'm just running to Walmart real quick. Then you never know, man. You just got to get in a habit. Like me, I'm in a habit of, man, wherever I go, fully lotion down. Let me hit the mouthwash real quick. Let me brush my hair. Let me put that lotion on. Hold on. Let me check myself out in the mirror, and then I step out, even if I'm going to the damn mailbox.
Yes.
So once you get to that point, and then also, guys, remember that again, with your appearance, try to focus on things that people don't think about, like fitness. Like as a man, women are looking at your resources, but if you look sloppy, I mean, come on, you don't have to go to the gym like 5 to 7 days a week like I do, but you could at least get in the gym, or do some type of workout, even at home. Try to get a habit of working out, even if it's only 30 minutes. Again, focus on the 20% of exercises that's going to give you the 80% of the results you want. And you can spend, 30 minutes a day, 4 times a week, and you can look a lot better than you look now. And if anybody ever wants some advice on working out, _SuperTriz on Instagram, or you can hit me up on my channel, shoot me a message or something like that, or I can do a hangout at some time. We could talk about working out, because I've been working out for many years.
Yo, spell that out. Underscore what?
_SuperTriz.
How you spell it?
SUPERTRIZ.
TR what?
SUPER, like super, and then TRIZ.
I'll put it in the comment section.
_SuperTriz. That's where I'm at on Instagram. Now, if you go to my Instagram, I only got one picture because I only use it just for people so people can contact me and DM me and stuff like that. Okay. But if you want to reach me, hit me on that Instagram.
I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah, just hit me up, and then we could, I got actually, Dr. Love. Once you hit me up on my SuperTriz Instagram, I'll give you my real Instagram, so you can see who I am.
This nigga got satellite Instagrams. I feel you got to do that.
I get it because I roll the same way. I get it.
Yeah. And that's it.
All right. What about you, Jesse?
So real quick, make sure your hygiene is on point. Go ahead and really focus on getting those reps in. You know what I'm saying? The more you talk to women and converse with women, the more comfortable you'll be with them, and the more rejections that you experience, the less it will hurt emotionally. Like it'll get to a point where it's like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main things that I wanted to give my final thoughts. I appreciate you for having me on the panel once again, brother. Social media, the Jesse Ville. TheJessesVeal. That's on all platforms.
I
Just
missed
hit me
that.
up.
Do that again. I missed that. What's your Instagram?
TheJesse.
TheJesse.
Yeah, Veal.
VAL. So the Jesse
Veal, like the meat.
Oh,
Veal.
Veal. So the Jesse.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
At-
comment section as well.
All right. You got
Yes,
my
sir.
stuff?
Yeah, I already put your
He
stuff
put it in the
this.
comment. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pin it,
I'ma
so
hit
it's
y'all.
already there. I'll put it in the description, and then
That's
I'll
it.
have the stuff
Peace.
in the pin. Yeah, man.
Just
So
real quick. Shout out to AM1. He's in the chat. Shout out to AM1.
oh damn, AM1, you missed the
We
big
can
one.
AM1. AM1. Wait. Is AM1 the brother that said like you shouldn't have babies or something crazy?
Yeah, AM1. I get what AM1 is.
AM1 is the entrepreneur in Oakland, California. He has a storefront where he sells urban wear and some other goods and services there. So shout out to him in Oakland, California.
Yeah. I got. I'm adding a light skin. We're gonna have a light skin ain't shit podcast. But anyway, man, it's been a great hangout for all y'all. So much appreciated. And y'all remember, if y'all don't remember nothing from this video, remember this: the black woman is God, and niggas ain't shit. Hotep. All right, peace out.
Have it again, man. This was dope.
All right, yeah, I'll see about it. Yeah, peace out, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Mm-hmm.